Hey y'all, hey y'all. Oh shoot. Oh, why is my foot itching? Oh hell no. What the fuck is that? That's okay. I'm about to stick them in these water. Hey y'all, how are you? What is going on, y'all? I just really wanted to come on and just do like I haven't done a beauty video all week. It doesn't feel like I've done anything beauty and beef related all week. So I didn't name this Beauty and the Beef, but that's pretty much what it's gonna be. How y'all doing tonight? How are y'all doing? I'm gonna get me. Hey, Des, how you doing, boo? Hey, Christopher. I don't know if you're still here, but I seen your comment when I popped on. But I'm just gonna soak my feet, y'all. Do my little, DIY pedicure. I'm gonna start my nails. I don't know how far I'm gonna get with them, but I got one that I had lifted, so I went ahead and took it off. So I'm gonna at least replace that and probably start drilling and stuff. But anyway, and then probably get them done tomorrow. Hey Hazel boo. But so I'm just gonna sit here, do some beauty stuff, put a mask on, talk to y'all about the stuff that I've seen going on this week. Give y'all my opinion. It's probably not gonna be the popular one, especially when it comes to one certain conversation, but whatever. So yeah, drink my water, and I don't know. I might have like some tea. I'm kind of hungry actually. Maybe I should make a smoothie real quick. Yeah, I think I might make a smoothie. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Today I was limping at work, like, and I'm still right now. Like, I don't know, but you know what I forgot that I bought? I forgot I bought that like massage body roller like mitt thing. So I'm gonna like just rub my legs down and rub my body down with that thing, especially just really focus on my legs tonight. But so I'm gonna go ahead and do that probably while I'm sitting. Ooh, y'all, like I cannot bend down. Like it's so crazy. Like this exercising thing like got me more fucked up than before. Like if this is what exercising does, then I would rather not, but then I guess it ain't no worse than if you was to go lay on somebody's table and have to recover, take the next 6 months to a year recovering. But I don't know, y'all. It's kind of like a catch 22, ain't it? Anyway, I'm sure I'll get used to it. This is just me getting in the groove. But anyway, y'all, so what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Hey, Fifi. Okay, y'all. So anybody who is over there on BigO, let me tell y'all that I'm gonna create a different account tonight. It's just gonna be Ask April, not Ask April Live. But I'm gonna create a brand new account, and the reason why is because I'm going in and I'm going straight to the business. Okay, and I've already been on there too long, and I've already accumulated. Um, I haven't accumulated a whole lot because I haven't spent a whole lot of time, but I have like already like beat some tasks and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new account so that way I can get straight to the business, get chose, and just get in where I fit in, right? Um, so I'm gonna start my new account. So anybody who is over there on BigO, just be looking out for me to follow you. I'm gonna like go into my old account and just get y'all names and stuff, and I'll follow you. So it will be me. In case, and I'll probably inbox y'all on there or whatever to let you know it is me. But so I'm gonna go ahead. I already have a girl on there that is gonna like walk me through it step by step and everything. And whatever I learn, y'all know I will teach y'all if you're interested, okay? Um, and yeah, so I'm excited because I'm excited, okay? Like there's a couple guys on there that are super popular on there, like doing hella well. Okay, I'm talking about making 20 to 30 grand a year. I mean a month. I'm talking about a year. That ain't good. A month, okay? and it's for real. It's for real, for real. Okay, so we gonna get over there and get it in, and just get in where we fit in. And a lot of them have been over there for a period of time, though. It's not like they just went straight in making that, but of course, but you got to build yourself up. But there's just a couple dudes that's like right here in my city that's over there, and they used to like be popping on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Talking all that shit on Facebook, and you get popular, your videos being shared and stuff like that, and then next thing you know, people kind of know you or whatever for all your fuck shit that you say. So that's kind of like the situation over there. Hey Xavier Boo. Hey Soap, how you doing, babe? So yeah, y'all. So I'm going over there. So with learning that, and with our Better You with Ask April situation, I really think that's going to take up a lot of my time outside of work. So of course, so I'm going to ask y'all for y'all help when it comes to the mess and the beauty and the beef segments of my channel. Even though that's not what I have to talk about when we're doing beauty. Of course, we can talk about, things that are going on with the government. We can talk about, money, business, life. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about whatever. Y'all know we'll have a conversation, and next thing you know, it'll be an hour, 2 hours, and shit. We just have, talked about a lot of stuff. So it can be like that too. But when we're talking specifically about the YouTube beef sector and stuff like that, I don't think I'm gonna have, especially if it's been going like it's been going this week, like 11-hour lives, and this one, that one, this one in the morning, these three at night. Like, hell no. Like, it's just not gonna happen, y'all. It's not gonna happen. Okay, I'm trying to make some money, you guys, and just to be all the way honest with you guys, I don't make money on YouTube. Like, I know my channel has been monetized now for a while, but I don't make the money on YouTube. I just don't. Okay, so I love it, and I'm now leaving, and I'm gonna continue to grow, and one day I will be making the money, but as of right now, I'm not. And so if there is a platform that I can monetize quickly and it's a decent amount where it's actually worth my time to spend there, then that's what I'm gonna do, especially when I can do a lot of the same things over there that I do here. You know what I'm saying? It's a live stream. I can do my beauty. We can have the conversations. You guys can come up, we can do, something similar to StreamYard. It's pretty much the same thing. And actually, it might be a little bit better because, like, you can actually pull people from out of the audience to come up one by one. It doesn't have to be an actual panel, but we can do one by one, like if people just want to come up and talk versus being in the comments. So, you guys know, it's just, I'm just going to say this, you guys. I've been doing this now for 2 years. We're a couple months over 2 years now. And, I should be making some type of decent amount every month, and we already know what happened with my channel being monetized. So that took like, over a year before I was even monetized. And I mean, as far as, monetary and stuff like that, you guys made sure, it was okay and everything. But I'm just saying, like, as far as the business aspect of it, I really do need to be smarter about where I choose to spend my time if I'm going to continue to do it and do it for the reason of business wise. Because I mean, as far as like for leisure, I can talk to you guys every day, all day, and that's no problem. And for those of you who are not trying to download another app or learn another app or anything like that, like, I would never like leave YouTube, because this is like where I started doing this at, so I'm always going, and I do believe like at some point I will get to the level that I'm trying to grow to be at. It's going to happen. It's just, it's already been 2 years, and part of it's my fault, because of my inconsistency, or not even inconsistency, but just my lack of organization and time management and things like that. I mean, I have to take responsibility for the part that I play and what I choose to put out. So that has a whole hell of a lot to do with it. But even still, 2 years, you know what I'm saying? So I just hope you guys understand where I'm coming from as far as that goes, and as far as like being engaged in the beef part of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? even, so I'm not totally leaving it or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know that if I don't know something that's going on, or, not talking about it and stuff like that, or kind of late talking about it, like even like now, we're going to talk about some things that's been going on this week. And, I mean, there's been live after live, and pretty much anybody that would give their opinion on the situations at hand have already talked about it. So I'm kind of late to the game, but it's also kind of good to not be up front and center when you're talking about this stuff, because, when you're sitting back, you're watching and you're seeing everything that's going on all the different ends, you're able to gain a different perspective, or just, be able to collect all the facts before you go to jumping right in. Um, so yeah, so I would much rather, do it coming from that angle than, just being first to make a video about a trending topic. So yeah, so hey Stacy, Tanya, hey boo, hey MJ, sister, how you doing, babe? Yeah, Xavier, it's an app called BigO. That's what Shaky said. Oh, really, Fifi? See, I already know. I'm trying to tell you, because I mean, it's like YouTube it's a love thing, or like it's like wherever you started at, you're gonna have that soft spot, but at the same time, you know, you're here to make some money. You're here to make coinage. You're here to like grow and do the things that you are set out to do. So, you know. But yes, Xavier Bigo, that's the correct spelling that you spelled it. It's an app, and it scares you at first because, like I said, like I came to know, like somebody's asked me about Bigo like last summer, and was asking me was I on there, and I'm like, no, what's that? And then he was like, yeah, he was like, you should download it, and I downloaded it, the app, but when I clicked on there, it was like a video game or something. It was just like looking weird as fuck, and I'm just like, oh fuck no, I'm good on that. And just let it go. But then, of course, you get to hear more about it, and you know, I'm learning like the money part of it and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, shit. I mean, one thing about going to different platforms is the growth and the exposure. Let me just say the exposure. Because you need to, put yourself out there on as many platforms as possible, so that the more and more people know who you are. And that means no matter where you go, you're building up a following all different places, and eventually, it will become a collective for the most part. So that's the main reason for, like, you know what, well, there's people over there, let me just go over there, um but then learning the money side of it, I'm like, oh hell yeah, like I need that. The fuck? I need that. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. So, you know, yeah, hey Pro Grandma, hey boo. So it's an app. On the Now see, okay, let me just tell you one thing though, it's kind of weird. So it's okay. So you have people that go over there for different reasons. And so one is to become a creator, right? So you're going over there to make your videos, to create content, to, get paid. And then you have people who are going over there to watch, but not only watch, they like look at it like, I mean, I don't know. People go over there, and I don't know if they're using it like as a dating site or what, but it seems like people go over there to get it in or to meet people. And shit, I'm just not okay. But you got to watch that too. Like, but I don't know if you're looking to date or looking for a different site that's more like social media based, but you can also meet people. Like that could be for you. I don't know. But and then I feel like there's kind of like a it's okay. So there's like OnlyFans, right? So there's OnlyFans, and hold on, y'all. Where did that go? I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, I'm going in my purse to grab something. But all these damn receipts and shit. But hold on, what in the world? I think um something is not in my purse anymore. Where did I put it? All right, but anyway, so what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. People go over there. Hey, Dolly Boo. But people are going over there for all different reasons, So I was over there last night, and there was like a conversation. Okay, if y'all not familiar, because there's celebrities over there too. Okay, I was talking about OnlyFans. So y'all know how OnlyFans was like created so that you don't have like these boundaries on the content that you choose to put out. And so yeah, so there's like these so you go over there, but it's mostly like porno stuff. It's like people are, you know, they are over there, um, turned into just strictly sexual. So it's like you can't even really go over there and just be regular, just be kind of like sensuous and, just sexy. You have to actually be having sex for you to be getting any engagement. And then, so here you have this BigO app, and they ban you for any nudity, anything like that. But there is like a sex appeal. So by that I mean, the women, men, whatever they do, like they're flirty. They kind of do little things over there to kind of give you that sexual appeal, I guess, or whatever. And it's for the purpose of the people watching to pay you, to tip you or whatever they want to call it. So yeah, so that's going on over there. Y'all, where in the hell did I don't know where I put that. What's that? Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm getting all my stuff together so I can sit my booty down. So, yeah, so it's kind of weird because it's like this thing where like these women are like bouncing on these like balls and stuff. And I told you I bought a yoga ball, but if I gotta sit over there and be bouncing up and down on this damn yoga ball, grinding on a ball and stuff to get somebody to throw me a couple dollars, I don't know about all of that. 'Cause I'm gonna feel like kind of like a prostitute. So no, I don't know, y'all, but I don't know. You just have to go over there and like you can just like click on different lives, see what you see, and figure out if it's something that you're interested in. And there's like, I know thousands for sure, but possibly millions of channels. I haven't really did the research to find out like how many channels and stuff are over there, but or pages or whatever, accounts. But yeah, there's a lot. Yo, you know what? There is something. Damn it, because I leave it in the car. You guys, like, I just doing too much sometimes. Anyway, so, but I'm going over there though, even if it's just to talk my shit or do my makeup, all that kind of little shit. It's funny because they all got like their own little beeps and stuff going on over there. Like, what's his name? Milan Christopher. I was getting ready to tell y'all about him. So Milan Christopher, he is over there, and he kind of is into it, and he's feeling away. Now, y'all know, here's the thing about like these apps that are showing up, and these celebrities are like coming down on the apps, and like the apps are like, it's a bunch of just regular people, just everyday people. They choose to go on the app. They can make money. They can kind of, they have their own kind of stardom, because apps, and they instantly have a huge following, and making the money. It's kind of like over here on YouTube where us regular people, we create channels, we do what we do, and we have to build ourselves up. It's hard to even get 1,000 people, let alone hundreds of thousands and millions. And celebrities will come down and they will take over these apps that I feel are built for regular people. But I mean, there's no restriction on celebrities being able to come over, but I just feel like it's kind of selfish in a way, because it's like y'all have already made it. You've had the opportunities. You are not, you have what you have. Make it work. If you're out of work or not doing as well as you would like to do or whatever, now you want to come down here where the regular people are at and you want to like go back and forth with them, or you want to use them to like build you up and show you the ropes and stuff. It's like like no, like, because if y'all was doing okay or you was still a A-list or B-list, guess what, if you see me on the streets you wouldn't even talk to me. But anyway, that Milan Christopher, he got into it with one of the dudes I told y'all that's here in my city or whatever. So he had came over to his page trying to like get him to side with him on a situation that he was just involved in on somebody else's live. And so he comes over there complaining and stuff. But as he's complaining, he's also, in a sense, talking about the person he's talking to. He's like sneak dissing him because the same thing he's complaining about is like this person is doing the same thing. So it's like, hold on, who you talking about? And he thought dude was gonna be on his side, and dude was like, dude, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you wasn't down bad or you was doing so well, you wouldn't be down here with us. You down here with us and want us to show you how to do something, and you down here working for somebody that got less than you got. You come on here talking about a Bentley and an 8-bedroom house and this, that, and the third, but you working for an agency that don't got, and the person that's managing you don't even got what you got. But you down here and you want to act like you so much above somebody and somebody owes you something. Don't nobody owe you shit. You supposed to be a celebrity, you on TV, you everything else, you got this, that, and the third, then get your money and stop motherfucking complaining about who's getting more than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, use what you got to get what you want. And stop fucking complaining. Y'all know, if you know Christopher Milan, like he always, if the attention is not on him or he's not getting his way, he is going to complain. He's gonna find a reason to talk shit. And that's exactly what he was doing. And he was pissed off. He was so mad when dude, like, he was not expecting that. It was funny though, because he was not expecting for dude to say what he said. I was like mad as hell. But so yeah, so anyway. Anyway, that was like a little funny moment last night. I had seen that go down. Cause at first I thought he was like way making sense. And then come to find out, it's like, dude, like they are down here, they acting like they got this and that, and they are celebrity status, and they just doing so well in life, and they just shitting on everybody, and this is all you got is a BigO app. This is all you got. And we are making the same amount of money, so you can't be you acting like it's in the third and you ain't no damn body. We all making the same money. And dude told him like, no, we ain't all making the same money. No, we're not. No, we're not, because if you got an agency, you gonna make this. And if you don't, if you doing it on your own, you only gonna make that. And then he's like, I got an agency. He was like, well, somebody fucking you over then, because you should be getting what you should be getting. So anyway, I'm just rambling, y'all. I'm just rambling while I'm walking around trying to get my stuff in order. Get my stuff in order. I was looking for. So what y'all saying? What y'all saying? What is y'all saying? Yeah, you can play. Yes, Xavier, that's another thing. Yes, you can play music on it. So like, yes, now that's what I like for real. Okay, like you can play music. Sitting there chilling, talking to your people, playing your music. Just having a good time. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. So yep. You can play music. You can add people on, like, talking one on one. People can just type in the chat like regular. Um, you know, you know, just pretty almost the same, but yeah, you can play music. You can't show like if you smoke, you can't smoke on there. You can't show like nudity. Um, and then I think like if you're like, because they monitor the lives like 24/7, like it's always somebody from BigO looking at your live 24/7, and they will catch some shit like right off the bat. So like if you're either like if you're like showing police or just different stuff like that, or maybe showing something that's not legal or something, like they will like they'll just automatically shut the live down. Like, you know, this live is showing I forget what it says, but it'll give you like this little disclaimer or whatever. Wow, my legs is like killing me. Killing me, killing me. Um so yeah, I'm working on putting a couple of interviews together. Hopefully Saturday Night Live. I am also doing reviews. Oh yay! Okay, okay. Yeah, I wanted to clarify a few things that were well, not. I wanted to clarify one thing, but I do want to talk about some things that we've seen, you know, go on throughout this week, and you know, I have a different perspective on some of the things that were being talked about. And so I just like to have a conversation. And if anybody wants to come up and join in or whatever, you can. But the first thing is like I heard a statement being made that Lady Nika, um, that Lady Nika didn't start doing reviews until basically like they was talking about her being messy and stuff like that. And oh well, just because like you do a little review or something in between your lives, you know, being messy and stuff like that don't mean nothing or whatever. So, but anyway, and then they said, you know, she ain't start doing lives anyway until somebody that um somebody that like dragged her was doing reviews. And that's not true. If I and see, I wasn't even around like that long ago, but what I do know from just hearing about the history is that Lady Nika is one of the people in the group that's all they did was reviews. Like she came from a group who that's what they did was like reality TV reviews. So Sean Bradley, James Caldwell, Lady Nika, like she was like later on making her channel, but nonetheless, she was in that group with them who made reality show videos or just TV show reviews anyway. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up because basically it's just saying that, you know, she's not original or she just copied off somebody that dogged her or whatever. And that's just not true. She's always done reviews. She's actually did reviews long before she was involved in any mess. So, hey, Charbae Boo. I hope all is well. Hey, silly mommy for life. How you doing? So, yeah, so I just want to clear that up. Um, and I want to talk about this 30-year side chick thing because, like, I get it. Like, everybody, I get it. Okay. Like, and I'm not knocking how anybody feels because I wouldn't feel comfortable, not feel comfortable. I just wouldn't be in that type of situation for that length of time. Let me not say not that situation at all because I have been, I chose to be, I guess what you would consider a side chick, like once. Why am I out of breath? Hey, guys, stop following me. Go. Dang, what are you doing? You're just following me back and forth. Okay, so yeah, I was in that situation like once for like a very short period, but like 30 years, like hell no. Go. You and your little tappy nails. Terrible. Man, as long as it's messed up, I gotta walk down the steps one at a time because I got damn Charlie horse stuck in my damn path. What the hell I signed up for exercising every damn day. What the hell? I thought it was, man, I thought I was just gonna jump into it and everything was just gonna be peaches and cream. Hell no. I'm moving every muscle that I ain't never moved in life. It ain't like I'm over here getting my legs spread wide or nothing, so I ain't moving none of these muscles. Go. Get your little sneaky self. Go. Nobody tell you to come down. So anyway, yeah, like I understand like the people who don't agree with the situation or agree, or feel like, they wouldn't be in that type of situation. Like just the feeling of, messing with somebody's husband in the first place, messing with married men, all that type of shit. Which when I was like doing what I was doing, the dude wasn't married yet. So that's a whole nother thing if we're gonna talk about me. But I do have an opposing opinion about this alarm about to go off. Oh shit. Oh, it was about to go. It was about to blow, y'all. But yeah, so anyway, I do have an opposing opinion because I just feel like a lot of people were being very much so judgmental, even to the point where they were speaking about what God would accept. And I just feel like, people are so quick to speak on what God will accept when like they don't sin. Like the thing is, if you sin at all, if you sin at all, then you can't speak on what God will and won't accept. I'm pretty sure you didn't have a personal conversation with him where he told you anything that you're saying. And you might want to ask him, is he going to give you mercy on the sins that you are doing before you want to speak on what he's going to go for with somebody else. Dang it. Really? Okay. I don't know then. I don't know. Maybe I left it at work. I probably did. This just messes me up when I be like drive a different car or something like that. You know how you just used to having like certain stuff in your vehicle? I might have just left it at work since I drove my son's car. Okay. But yeah, I mean, have your opinion, but like speaking on what God is gonna approve and stuff like that, like I just think that that's like a little bit much because it's like, what you over there doing, And then not only that, but like I heard a live where on how things went in like a few generations back, where husbands cheated, they had whole different families, or you might grow up and you got all types of half aunties and uncles and all types of stuff, it's all types of family members and stuff that were created outside of your home or your grandmother's home and stuff like that. But not so, but even, I mean, I would say at least in those days, marriage meant something, and marriage meant something. Being a husband, a wife meant something. There were standards back then, I would say, even in cheating, even in adultery. I feel like there were boundaries that were not crossed, Nowadays, like in our generation, or not in our generation, but in the times that we're living in right now, Like most people, if you choose to be single, let me just speak for me. Like, okay, so I'm single, and I'm single because it's not that I can't have a man. It's not that I don't, I don't attract anyone or nobody has offered to be with me or anything, but it's, certain things that I just won't go for in a relationship. You know, number one, yes, we're going to be in a relationship because that's a big thing right now where people just fall into bed together and that's just what they do. And then they just, have the situation like, oh, well, we cool, or, you know, I guess it's like if there's no title on it, you really can't hold people accountable for certain things, and just stuff like that. It's like one of those situations, like those situationships, like how did that even become a word or a term that's being comfortably used everywhere? Why? Because people don't go for commitments. It's very rare, or not rare, but it's even more common for people to not commit to someone. They would just meet someone and date them, and probably end up sleeping together, and you might do things as if you're in a relationship or friends or with benefits and things like that, but that's pretty much it. There's no commitment, there's no title, there's no responsibility, there's no obligation. It just gives people like a sense of freedom that I'm not tied down. you know So we have more of that going on than anything. Um, and if you're a person who, ain't going for that, then, you have to, date until you meet someone that is on the same thing that you're on. And, you will end up being single, not because you want to be, or not because you can't find anybody. It's just because about finding the match and the person that, lines up with the things that you're comfortable with, or that you want to do at the same time. So even with so I mean, cheating is abundant. Okay, we talk about polyamorous relationships, polygamy. There's people sharing people. There's people that they're in these situationships. Why? Because they're messing around with other people. You may have people have boyfriends, they have husbands. We talk about people being bisexual or being down low. There's all types of cheating and infidelity going on. So for this person to be comfortable enough to share their story about them being a side chick just because she claims it, I think it's because she actually voices it, claims it, she's okay with it. It seems like people are very much so against confidence or surety, because it's like you want to make somebody doubt something that they are comfortable with or that they are okay with. It's almost like when you call a person fat, or you talk about a person being fat, you talk about their health issues, and people want to call me pig all the time and stuff. And it's like, I'm okay with me. So because, like, you have a problem with me being okay with me, maybe you need to look at you. It's no different. It's like when people, you want to make somebody be not like something about themselves, or not like the situation that they're in, or things that they choose to be okay with or accept or deal with. People have choices. And if somebody just wants to be on the sidelines or just deal with somebody at their convenience, they're within their right to do so. Just like you're within your right to choose whatever type of relationship you want to be in, you know? Um, so that's just pretty much my opinion on that. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Hey Clark Kent, how you doing? See. My bad, y'all, because I was not looking at the chat. I'm just walking around and I need to make my feet water. I'm about to go upstairs and make my feet water. I was looking. I was looking for something. Oh, I wanted to make my tea. That's what I wanted. Debating on whether to make a smoothie or some tea, but I'm just about to drink some tea. But somebody got blocked. Who got blocked? I think you need to show us this app, how this app works. I feel like a gang granny learning these new apps. Oh, I will. As soon as I promise, as soon as I find it, learn it, I'm definitely gonna do videos on it. Because last I would download stereo, got deleted 48 hours later. What? Oh, right, Dolly. I know I need to just go ahead and download stereo because thank you, April, and my people here. I have 500. Oh my God, that's so awesome! Yay! So that is bomb. See, I knew you were gonna do well. I knew you were. That is so awesome. I'm a nerd. I love sci-fi, Marvel, DC comics. I will have a mixture of everything. Yes, see, there you go. There you go. 30-year side chick. I just couldn't do it. If I could be the number one in my relationship with my boyfriends. I mean, hold on. If I couldn't be the number one in my relationship with my boyfriend. The longest relationship I've been in was for 10 years, and that was too much for me. I just feel like her and the wife should throw hands just for the fact she had her ass around that woman's kids and they kept it a secret. Oh, she was around the woman's kids? Oh, wow. I think I did hear something about her being around the kids. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like I just don't fuck around like that. Like I don't play around with marriage, stuff like that. Like my situation, that I was in, like I said, dude, he was like supposed to be getting married, um, and he was trying not to, and like we had only dealt with each other for like a very short period, but it was fun. It was just fun for me. Like I wasn't in no space to be trying to really be with nobody. And so yeah, and it was just fun being able to go out with somebody, kick it, have a good time, just that was just it. Just have a good time. We would go out different places, go bowling, go putt, go to the bar, different clubs, go out to eat. Like we did all of that, and he was a real cool person and stuff. But then, he was like trying not to get married. He ended up doing so anyway. Like I had kind of like just left it alone. And yeah, he's contacted me since, like he doesn't want to be married anymore, so he says. And it's just I'm like, I'm good, like I'm not trying to I'm cool. Like it was just a fun thing. And I think like in that sense, like people do have stages that they go through in their life, um people have stages that they go through in their life. You go through a dating stage, where you see multiple people, or different people over a period of time, because you're looking for that person. Sometimes you find somebody, you think it's going to be good, you settle down and you spend years and it doesn't work out, you end up splitting up. People go through all different types of phases in their life. um 30 years, I don't know. But like she said, it wasn't 30 years altogether. It's just been over a 30-year period. She's been married twice, within that 30 years. And so she did not see him like during the time she was married. Um, she was married, she tried that. And of course, she's no longer married to either husband now. So, and she is back dealing with the guy that she's been seeing over that period of time. So, I don't know, to each their own. I don't judge anybody's situation because I just feel like everybody has they have that personal choice of what they want to do. People are adults, they're grown. As far as being in a relationship with somebody and cheating on them, I feel like it's very selfish, because I feel like, at least let a person know what's going on, so that way you give them a choice on whether they want to be there and deal with it or not. But personally, if that woman, let me just, if anybody knows a woman in love, okay, she pays attention, she knows things, okay? And so I would almost bet that the woman knows, and she just doesn't give a fuck. Because the thing about it is either she might be doing her own thing, okay? Because you got to think, if you got all this time to go and spend with somebody and do things, what do you think she's doing, just twiddling her thumbs while you're away? You know, people don't think about that. See, the thing about cheating on someone or taking a person for granted, you forget that just like you used to pursue her or him, there may be somebody doing the same, waiting on you to mess up so they can have your spot. You know, so people don't think about it like that. Like, you know, when you was trying to get this person, you know, you was whatever, you know, there's other people out there trying to do the same thing, you know, and it's up to it's up to her or him to turn them away. You know, hopefully they do and you're safe, but what if they don't? What if they end up meeting somebody while you're gone playing and doing your thing and they end up leaving you? You know, things can't, nothing is guaranteed in this world. Nothing is guaranteed, you know. So yeah, so don't play with people or don't take people for granted thinking that you're doing your thing and they're just naive as fuck and just so caught up in whatever life you provided or just so caught up in you that or what you say or trust in you that they're stupid. You know, it can happen, but for 30 years I doubt it. I very much so doubt it. A lot of times, people will either be comfortable in their living situation, and they will just choose to be in that situation because it works for them. You know, they built this life. Some women feel like I done spent all this time or whatever. You got me fucked up. Okay, I done built this life, and I'll be damned if I leave and let somebody else take it. You know, so but they'll also do their thing on the side. You know, they're entertaining themselves with somebody else while you're doing your thing. So there's a lot of different reasons that people may choose to deal with the situation, and act like they don't know, you know, but I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that that woman knows. And part of it is, you know, Vivian had made a statement about a few years ago him actually moving to the state that she lived in and you know wanting to marry her and leave his wife. And so if he made that move, if he went to that extent to leave his relationship, leave his marriage, he actually moved, like made the move, didn't just say he was going to do it. Then the wife obviously knows there's issues. There's obviously issues there. Okay. There's obviously something, and she's not totally blind. So, you know, you just gotta pay attention to the details and not so much to what's being said, but what's not being said. You know, she actually, like, if he actually moved, got up and moved, what do you think? Like, the wife didn't know that he moved? Do you think, like, you know? So yeah, there was definitely some tension there. There was definitely a point of breakage there, and he was ready to go. He made, you know, moves to go, and you know, she said she turned him down and sent him back home, and that's what they're doing. But you know, so um okay, Dolly Boo, we're drinking hibiscus tea. Ooh, hibiscus. I'm gonna drink this. Okay, my water's hot. I'm gonna drink. I thought I had some nighttime tea. I guess I don't, but that might be a good thing. Some of them don't help sleeping. But I'm gonna drink this super slimming tea. I don't know. I'm just gonna drink it. I tried it one time and it was pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drink that, sip on that while I soak these feet and talk to y'all. So yeah, so I just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's obviously, like, it's not like this perfect relationship. And I mean, I don't know how it is now, but that was just a few years ago or a couple years ago or whatever. You know, maybe they've built the relationship back up by now or whatever. But obviously, if they're still seeing each other, you know, I don't know. And anything outside of the information that was given is an assumption, you know, trying to just piece it together and everything. Um, So it's like, you know, there can be 100 different assumptions or different ways that it's going on or what's happening. and especially when it comes to the wife with not knowing much about her. So, I just feel like just being so judgmental about a situation, um, that is so it's so common. Like it is so common. People are cheaters. Like, now, it's like, does anybody not cheat? It almost, that's like my way of thinking right now. God bless y'all who have great relationships and husbands, and you just met the people for you, and y'all just work, and that's a beautiful thing. And honestly, since being on YouTube, you guys have really restored my sense of relationships, or finding somebody who doesn't cheat, because a lot of you are in great relationships, and have great mates, and so that's very what happened? That is motivating for, or inspiring to, people who are still single, and still hoping to be married one day. That, but and you can never put everybody in a box. Of course, not everybody cheats, or not everybody does, anything. You can't say everybody does anything, but it's just so common for people to cheat. It's just like, all you hear about is dick, pussy, ass, somebody fucking somebody taking somebody's girl, somebody, fucking somebody's man, just that's all you hear, that's all you see on social media. You got all these dating apps, just all of the sneaking going around. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So, for people to, I mean, I would say, like, it would be better for a person to be cheating with the same person over a 30-year period than to just have this history of just all these different people. You have people who are just cheaters, like they get caught up and that one's done, and then they get caught up again and they just cheat. That's just what they do. But it's just all these different people. So it's like, but then again, she said she did never say she was the only one, and she ain't stupid. So that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. But I don't know. I don't know. I just think let people be people and let them deal with the consequences that come with their own actions. That's just how I feel about it. Do 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 do. Blaze and Willie. Hey boo. Hey Beach. How you doing, babe? Oh, Beach. Girl. Girl. Was they was they trying to find out about your marriage? About your marriage and your relationship situation? Maybe it's cheaper to keep her. That could be. Hell yeah. It could be. You got to think that's a long time to be with somebody, right? And let me just say this, right? So if she's been dealing with him for 30 years off and on, how long has he been married? You know what I'm saying? So I would almost guess that he's been married even longer. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if he got married after or before, but I'm gonna guess that he's been married even longer than the 30 years. And so in that amount of time, or even if it's afterwards, that's just a lot of years to, you that is a lifetime, okay? You build a life. You built this life. You have these things. Everything is joined probably. It's just like you just have this life. You built it. You're in it. You got children. It's a lot. And if it's a good life, as far as financially and comfortability level, if it's good, then that's even more so a reason why it might just be cheaper to keep her, and even more comfortable for her than to break away, start all over, hope she gets whatever she's due owed, and all of that kind of stuff, when really they live their life, they do what they do together, and when they separated and do what they do separate. And again, it's just whatever people are comfortable with. Um, it just bothered me like when people talk about God and I mean, well, and I know kind of that was probably brought in because Vivian is known to, as far as how most people know her from Jay Wilson's channel as being, this, Christian and godly and prayer and all of that good stuff or whatever. And so for people to find this out about her, they're like, oh my God, you know, it's always the church people, you know what I'm saying? And that sort of thing. And it's like, come on now. Come on now. Like it's a blessing when you find somebody who doesn't cheat, who does treat you right, who does match up with what you're trying to do. So if you got to go through 20 motherfuckers to get to the one that actually matches up with you, trust me that somebody being a side chick is not that shocking. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mhm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. He's like, girl, I'm keeping my mouth shut. Women would kill to have his life. He's an amazing man. We good. And I know your situation. You've explained, a little bit of it to me and stuff like that. And I get it. Hey, I get it. And and that's exactly what I mean about, people have their situations of what they choose, like people have, you just got your situations of what works for you. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is people will criticize what other people choose, how other people choose to live and, what they choose to do in their life, but they still don't have what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the mate that I want. I'm not, my life isn't exactly where I want it to be yet. I mean, so as far as if I'm talking about relationship wise and that sort of thing, so who am I to criticize somebody for the relationship that they do have? If you're happy with it, why am I going to criticize it? Because, we might want different things or what works for you won't work for me, but why would I criticize it when I don't even have what I want yet? That doesn't make any sense, So you have a lot of people that they still are maybe not searching, but they just don't have everything is not exactly in place how they would like it to be, you know. Um, they're still out here hoping that, they get theirs, you know. So for them to judge somebody who has theirs and happy with it, who are they to criticize? So I get it. I get it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But so yeah, so that's my opinion about Viv and her situation and what she chose to share. Um, because I was there in the live over at Officials when she shared her side chick uh story. I wasn't there for the whole thing. I think I came after she like actually told the story, but I was still there for bits and pieces that she was joining in, like adding to the conversation. But I had came over and I had told my story about when I was dealing with somebody like that on that level. And yeah, so I mean it's just people deal with things, and the thing is like a lot of people are not honest about what I mean, it's just funny to me to see like, hundreds of people would be like, like I ain't dealing with this, that, and the third. But well, if ain't nobody dealing with no cheating man, if ain't nobody being no side chick, if ain't nobody, living this kind of life or okay with this, then where's all these side chicks coming from? Where's all this cheating happening at? If all these people are disagreeing with it. But see, those are the sneaky ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, acting like they doing this, but really, somebody like the right person like walk up on you, you don't give a fuck what they got going on, you gonna let them fuck. I know people like that, okay? Like I done seen that over and over again. Like you will talk this good game, you know, you will give great advice, you'll do all of that, but let something come down on you and you gonna be the one getting fucked or messing with somebody's man, and then get caught up and then be trying to justify why. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like, please stop it, okay? Because if ain't none of these people, if ain't nobody cheating, if ain't nobody no side chick or no side dude or no nothing like that, then where's all this cheating happening at? Why is it so hard to like date somebody and meet somebody that just, ain't trying to, run from commitment or don't want to talk about marriage, none of that stuff. They just, want to just chill and fuck and be cool and just wait and see what happens. No, like, no. Why? Because shit, they want to see what else is out there. They want to fuck with you and they still want to do what they going to do too. That's why. And that's just real. Like, it ain't no, oh, are you? Okay, babe. Being a side chicks are getting so popular. Silly mommy, I'm trying to tell you. And, honestly, though, I will say it's sad. Okay, let me just say that because it's like if that's your claim to fame is being able to fuck somebody's man. Like I always say, it ain't about who you can get, it's about who you can keep. We can all get somebody, we can all get a lot of people, but can you keep them? What's going to happen after you get them? You know what I'm saying? That's the question. So, you know, it ain't, don't be bragging about, oh, I can get your man, or, don't let your man see me, this, that, and the third. What's going to happen when he see you? He can probably fuck you, but are you going to be able to get him, keep him, take him home, have him leave me, marry you, like what's going to happen after you get him other than sleeping with him? But, people, they take pride in the wrong things. People will take pride in the thing, they put their worth on things that, on the things that they should really be trying to hold on to, and they should take some pride in still having intact. But, people will, put their worth on being able to open that box. Like, girl, okay, girl. Don't hurt them now. But yeah, and men too. Like, there's a lot of men out here. Like, they are so proud. Like, they do not mind being a side dude. Okay, like they like shit. Like, call me when your man leave. Like, if he messing up, if he ain't doing this right, if he ain't doing that right, let me know. I got you. Like, that's what you hear. People just they don't want because they don't want the commitment. Like, they want the fun part. You know, they want the part where it's all fun and games and y'all fucking like rabbits and y'all drinking or smoking or chilling or, going out or having a good time, and when all the fun part, not when the real life stuff kick in. That's when, your maney is supposed to be there with you and they supposed to have your back. And then this person that just fucking around with, what I'm saying? Like, people, they really take pride in just messing around with somebody that has already made a commitment to somebody else. They really take pride in that. And it ain't nothing to be prideful of, because, the thing is like, if you don't want to commit to somebody, if you're not built for the commitment, then just be single. Just stay single and, fuck around with who you want, do what you want. That way you don't gotta answer to nobody. You don't gotta be scared to get caught. You don't have to have this household over here and, but sneaking off over here and all of that mess. Just stay single. You know. But that's too much like right. It's too much like right. Like, as grown as people say that they are, people will holler that they grown all day long, but they not grown enough to tell the truth. They're not grown enough to say how they really feel or say what they really want. you know. So this is why a lot of people don't want to get married because of that reason alone. It is. It definitely is. It's so many people that do not want to get married because of the cheating. It's like, and see, that's the thing. Like, marriage is so it's supposed to be a lifetime commitment. It is a commitment that you make to one another under, you vow to each other under God that you're gonna be in this thing for life. That whatever happens during the journey, y'all got each other and you gonna stick it out. Like that's what the vows are. But people say them, they get caught up in the moment, oh, it feels good, or you're so beautiful that day, or you're planning a wedding and oh my God, I'm just so excited and I just want to be somebody's wife. People are so caught up in being a wife, or so caught up in making this woman happy, or doing this so that she doesn't leave you, instead of doing it for love, doing it because this is truly you can truly not see your life without this person. That's what marriage is supposed to be about. When you meet somebody and you're with a person and you cannot see your life without them, that's when you know that that's the person for you as far as marriage goes. When y'all done probably had some situations where that person had your back, you know, y'all might have had a couple tests in your relationship while dating or something where you see like, okay, they solid. Okay, well, I know if something happened, you know, down the road or whatever, I know that I can count on them, you know. Okay, beach. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when a person is has that longevity in them, or when that's the person that, you're meant to be with, for the long haul. But people take that they take that vow and they take it under false pretenses from the beginning, because that's not how they saw that person in that relationship. you know they saw that person either as convenient, or they wrote it out with them for a long time, or they done been around for so many years. It's like, fuck it, let me, they deserve this, you know. Hey boo.
I can't find a charge. Hey, girl, I am in the
Hey, what's
mode.
going on?
Girl, it was like, String, I be draining the batteries. So I'm looking for the
Yeah.
backup battery. Cause I because I think I got something. I don't know if we coming on tonight or not over there at the on the ministry. I don't know. So I really need to be
Mhm.
charged my battery up. But then String, I be killing your battery. Like you be like at
Yeah.
100%, and you look down, it be like 20. So let me go
Yeah.
and try to plug in so I don't end up. Like it's at 96 right now, and I guarantee you
Mhm.
in 20 minutes I'm gonna look down and it's just gonna be down. Let me make sure I closed out the YouTube page. Hold on. Hold
Okay.
on, let me close. And I didn't. Okay, now it's closed out.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna stay on my phone because on my laptop sometimes I don't know what's going on with it. Ever since we've been working with my audio and stuff, the mics
Yeah.
keep switching up on their own and I don't feel like fooling with it.
Oh
I'll figure it
no.
out.
Yeah.
You know how you just had the patience to want to fool with something. I don't really have the
Mhm.
patience. I gotta be sitting down, nothing to do, house done. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
I can focus on that. When I got so many other things going on, I can't focus on like a project like that. Oh, look at this phone. This phone got 17. Oh, let me get them charged. So, girl, we having too many devices. That's a shame. You can't run. Ain't nobody run up YouTube on one device. Y'all the real MVPs out there. Literally. Cause it's impossible. Okay,
I'm
let me see.
telling you.
Let me go and put this on. Even though it say 96, that don't mean nothing. I'm gonna still plug it up. Pocket
Yeah.
charger. If it ain't
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I was listening to you. I was just passing through because when I didn't see anybody on. And I
Yeah.
said, yeah. I mean, it's like I guess I think when I was a little girl, I never was that chick, like the fairy tale. Like I didn't even want to get married. I never wanted to be. I didn't really see the point of it. I didn't want to be married. It's like when I grew up, the people that I saw was married, or my uncles and aunts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just was like they wasn't. I guess I mean they weren't a good example. You know what I mean? I
Right.
didn't see that couple like, wow, I want
Right.
that. You know what I mean? So I never really saw
Hmm.
an example of a husband and wife. I was always that chick like, I'm not getting married. I don't want to get married. Like when we was, you know how you been in high school and then like folks was picking out their wedding colors and all type of weird shit. Girl, I
Yeah.
was never that chick. I just didn't. I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess if I had ever like people I know now, if I
Hmm.
probably knew them then and met them, I'd be like, oh, I get it. Okay,
Hmm.
that's what it's okay. And see the whole picture from spiritual, being yoked, being like-minded, like that's your person. You don't even got to worry because y'all are like so into each other and y'all are such as one. Then the rest of the world don't matter. So by the
Right.
time I got to that point, I was already married.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
so you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I was already
Hmm.
so I was in my 20s. I was early 20s, girl. I didn't even know what the heck. Girl, don't
Hmm.
nobody I didn't have that. I didn't see I wasn't looking in that type of with those type of glasses. So
Right.
I didn't have that spiritual connection. I didn't
Hmm.
have a very, my relationship with God was probably very vague. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't understand any of that stuff. And it took
Yeah.
it was years later before I began to realize, I was like, wait, and I'm only going to
Hmm.
be enough because these days you like sharing on YouTube, people try to take it and use it as ammunition, but like you can't. How you gonna shoot me with my own bullets? I think I what and I'm gonna get around to that. What
Yeah.
some people think, and I'm not the only woman, but I know I have is a group of us. We just
Hmm.
bold enough to say and said, look, I'm gonna make it work with what I got to work with because honestly, until that day comes, if it ever happens, you know what I'm saying, where it's supposed to be the way was meant to be,
Right.
then I'm gonna go back and revisit. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
my decisions may or may not be different. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm in the present. And in the
Right.
present, my situation working for me
Right.
because
Right.
I had to have I raised these children. I mean, we had our
Yeah.
careers, everything was like okay. And
Hmm.
we were really, really such good friends. It was kind of like, well, hell, why not?
Yeah.
And whereas typically when it's really new, like the whole thing of oh my gosh, I'm in love, I'm married for love. That's actually without hurting anybody's feelings. Yes, I think you're supposed to love your husband, and people grow to love each other. But how
Yeah.
they used to do back then, girl, they used to line them like set people up with marriages when they be 8 years
Yeah.
old. Like you're gonna marry the King of England, and that's that. You'll learn
Right.
to love him. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was never about you just walking down the street. You looked at somebody, y'all locked eyes, and it was
Right.
like y'all running off into the sunset. That's fairy tale stuff. A lot of those movies, so, those little fairy tale stories, your knight in shining armor, and all
Yeah.
of that. I'm not saying I don't believe in. I have a heart for that. I have a very very special heart that I do believe is somebody special that was just for everybody. Like that's your person and can't nobody take them from you. But I
Right.
also have other viewpoints of where I'm practical and I'm
Right.
logical and I think out a situation and I
Yeah.
think out, well, hold on, how this gonna work in my best interest? Because I'll
Right.
be damned. Like, okay, I know you love me, you
Hmm.
married me, whatever
Hmm.
level of love that is. I'm not that. I was never that chick that was like, oh my God, that came later. Like you wouldn't believe how much later. I
Hmm.
had to be in my 30s before I actually started to look at, huh, and
Hmm.
see with a different perspective. So you
Right.
got people marrying, barely know how to dang on love themselves. I mean, or if they do not love themselves, they just not. It's okay to. Not I mean, they're not going to admit. A lot of folks not going to admit. I love my husband. I've been with him all the many years. I'm like, you know how many people out here say that, girl, that man down the street, and you know it, and you ain't gonna say
Yeah.
nothing. You gonna come in and have a hot plate on that stove. I don't know who you think you fooling. I hang
Hmm.
with enough guys. I know how they run. I know the story. If
Yeah.
she don't say nothing, she ain't even finna rate. She already know because it's like she don't. She kind of like Even I haven't got a girlfriend. It's like she don't even want her husband, but she don't want
Yeah.
nobody else to have his ass either. And I'd be
Right.
like, you can't stand him. I'm like, you could start over, but she looking at it like, mm. Because I think she's looking at it like, because what if the cleanup lady come through and then she end
Mhm.
up making him like a, you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't on
Right.
shit right now. And then I think she's looking at it like, so what if somebody come through and then now he living his great life? She gonna feel some type of way. So she just like stand out.
Right.
That's no way to live either. So I
Right.
have, it's literally, I don't think there's anything left that I've seen and experienced as a married woman for decades that, oh,
Mhm.
I've seen that story too. I've seen that story. I know that
Right.
role. But for every each man to his own house. That's what I be telling people. Each word about you got to be. Folks be so busy worried about what's going on other folks' house, and they
Right.
don't even what the hell is going on in your house.
Right.
Either nothing, you want something, but you can't be hating on women who said, "Let me hold on. Maybe I need to play a little smarter and stop looking harder." You see what I'm saying, April?
Mhm. Mhm.
And I'm
I know
keeping
what
it a
you're saying
thousand.
because, like, and that's why, like, I understand you and your perspective because I have a very similar one. Like, because I grew up watching, I grew up in my in my grandmama's home, watching my granddaddy take care of two different households. You know what I'm saying? Watching my
Hmm.
grandmama she never had another relationship, never had another man. She died loving my granddaddy, and he like was with another woman is from the year that I was born. I grew up like seeing him take care of my grandmama and this other lady, and not only that, as I get older, I find out, how he had two daughters of just a block away, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then, watching my daddy, and I didn't have like any girl cousins or until like they are like 10 years younger than me, like as far as immediate family. So like I grew up around all men, like my cousins. I only got one brother, I don't have no sisters. Like, so it's just men, like my uncles, my daddy, watching my granddaddy, and it's just like you just see these men, you just see how men are. You see how they go back and forth between these different women. You see how these women just, sit back and just tolerate this relationship because of the love they have for this man. And so I just grew up like not like I just grew up not really so interested in the love thing or trying to. I just always grew up with the outlook like ain't no man getting over on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dependent
Right.
on no
Thank you.
man.
Say,
I'm not.
April, say it again. Say it
Yeah,
again. Ain't no, you're
yeah,
not getting over up on me.
yeah. I'm not getting
Okay.
over on me. No, like I'm not gonna
And that's
grow
how
up
I
and
feel.
depend on you and can't no, none of that. Like no.
And when I talked on I don't know if it was platinums, I don't know how I done been on so many panels. I don't know whose I talked to, and I explained to them. I said, look, don't y'all know some of us women, we were taught and said, girl, you gonna have to know how to one up this situation in your marriage. Cause see, a man could walk out the door any minute to go get some milk, and
Yep.
he don't come home, and the world not gonna judge him. You can't do that. You have to stay there. You have to raise your children. You're
Yep.
sitting there like, how you just gonna leave? And he don't went out. You see what I'm saying? And
Yep.
so me being, look, me using my brains,
Mhm.
me realizing, oh my God, that really could happen.
Yeah.
I started moving different.
Yeah.
I started orchestrating a life for myself that, hey, I got us. You ain't gotta
Yeah.
worry. We may have to have a little understanding.
Yep.
Let's write up a little contract and a little understanding of, how we operating in this marriage. But if you think for 1 second, I'm about to put in all these years, and I look up and you done ran off with Betty May, and she done
Right.
and she's profiting off of all my fucking hard work that I
Right.
put in the job the career that you got that you wouldn't have got. And now I ran into so and so and his boss and talked to him and did my little, well, y'all hire, that thing women do, like, you know what I'm saying? Put on my little,
Mhm.
flip my little hair, shine them
Mhm.
lips up. Are you hiring? What are y'all doing
Mhm.
over there? Like, what type of job? Do y'all like, all this stuff? Let's not act
Mhm.
like you got that work by yourself. Now you working it, and you got yourself those promotions, and you did all the other stuff, but you didn't start off like that. So
No.
I'll be damned. If I'm left the one sitting here at the funeral after you done put in decades at the back row, while somebody else has married you for the last 2 years and you didn't put in any of that. So
Right.
you can call it selfish, stingy, superficial. I don't care because I
Right.
know I'm not the only woman. It's a lot of women. They're just not bold enough to admit that. They'll just say, "Girl, yeah, I've been with my husband for 20 years. I mean, I love." They'll say that. What they're not
Mhm.
saying is a lot of stuff is you may be yeah, you might be with him, but has he been with you?
Right.
And then
Yep.
just like the men, yeah, is he with you? You saying this stuff. Is he with you? Do y'all
Mhm.
sit on the couch together? Do you walk in the house and he in separate rooms? Because I don't even like I girl, my situation is damn near ran like a fort. I have
Mhm.
literally, and I don't know what in me. Maybe, like I said, I've just seen it. I have seen the most beautiful women. How he
Mhm.
just gonna what the hell? Cry like brokenhearted. And
Girl.
maybe it's just, I
Mhm.
can't do that. Let me give me them papers. Let me sign up. But he'll tell you she's awesome. He'll tell you she raised my kids, man. Man, he won't even say something about it. Like he done. I'm like, please stop getting in fights with people because somebody
Mhm.
said something and you responded. Like, you don't gotta, I stuck it out, but
Mhm.
I wasn't sticking. I'm honest enough to say, well, yeah, because I got children already. I want them the best life that I can give them, and I'm
Yeah.
being practical. I'm
Yeah.
looking at combined incomes. I'm looking at, well, hold on, I need this for me. This is what I
Mhm.
want. This is mine. That's yours.
Mhm.
This is ours,
Yeah.
and I'm good with that. I don't really care what anybody thinks.
Mhm.
I'm good. And so
Mhm.
when I remember seeing a comment the other day and somebody said, so your husband see you talk about your pussy. All I'm like, girl, first of all, if you ever paid attention, not lately because of the
Mhm.
shifts and then because somebody said something, I'm like, don't come on, it'll pass. But I'm like,
Mhm.
he started the channel with me. I came from over in the entertainment section. Like, don't y'all get we do a lot of stuff, but once we hit end, it's
Mhm.
over. Nobody's talking,
Mhm.
it's like lights,
Yep.
it's like cameras, light, action, and then at the end and scene, close the curtains. It's
Yep.
entertainment. I'm on the entertainment side. I'm not here for inspiration. I'm not
Yeah.
here for uplifting. I'm not that channel. I am strictly entertainment and trying to. I came from the entertainment area. I'm over here making my channel. It's gonna take a minute, but I
Mhm.
am, and I'm now linking up with other entertainers. So it's gonna work better because we
Right.
all got families, we all got responsibilities, and when we
Right.
hit in, we go on about our fucking family business. You see what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
working. So I'm
Right.
like, man, there's got to be a single woman to say that you wouldn't get it. Like like even with the official, his wife, any type of me, she'd be right there. She is aware
Yeah.
of everything. Hell, she had his pass. She probably, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know.
Mhm.
She's got his password. I'm the same way. If you can log into could hit any moment and log into my account. There's nothing to
Mhm.
hide because for what? We've
Right.
already discussed whatever our agreements are. We've
Right.
discussed it, so ain't shit to hide. So
Right.
I'm just like I said, I'm like, it's all type of it's marriage. You can't box in marriage, and so I hope a lot of women, shoot, if some women got smart. I said, and I would give advice, April. I said, y'all better go over there and find them nerds. Y'all better stop trying to be cute and look for, the bad,
Mhm.
whatever. Then you better go over there and find
Mhm.
that nerd who got him a real good career, a benefit package,
Yeah.
retirement. That's gonna put you on his IRA, get you some nice Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and let that man love you. Going on and stop looking at your friends um talk you out of something because I'm gonna tell you right now that ain't you ain't gonna those guys you don't want that guy. You don't want the
Mhm.
guy that's for everybody. You want the guy that's no,
No.
that's just gonna be for you. And he'll
Yes.
stick around and you do
Yeah.
right by him. So I have a completely different I have a completely different take. Maybe it's because this sector, I don't
Mhm.
know. I think some folks just won't admit to they don't want to say it. Like, damn, I wish I could go back. I bet it was a dude or somebody they met and they
Mhm.
didn't really give him the time. You know what I'm saying? That dude
Right.
somewhere doing something real big, and
Mhm.
you
Well,
might
like,
could. You should
I
maybe should go
like with
ahead.
my kid daddy, I almost like I probably like he would had been the one that I probably would had married, and it would have been almost like a situation like yours pretty much, because honestly, like by the time we had moved in together and all that kind of stuff, like I wasn't in love with him no more. I probably thought I
Right,
loved him more. But yeah, so like by the time we had our second kid, like it was just for convenience, it was for financial reasons. He took care of everything. He was good about taking care of the house, taking care of me. I always worked, but what I did with my money was mine. We split
right,
up, and I met him when I was 14. When I was 24, he always was doing what he was doing to get his money. So by that time, I'm starting to think about the future. You getting older, you in your 20s, you about to be 25. You're like, shit, I gotta do something else, because like, yeah, I work, but I'm not gonna be able to take care or carry this lifestyle with what I'm doing, with where I'm working. So
right,
I'm gonna have to look into going to school and stuff like that. So I was looking into school and stuff and just talking to him like, um, I might just need you to just maybe pick the kids up, drop them off, just that little in between. I don't know yet, but I was just giving, just shooting the breeze with them, just kind of giving them the ideas of what I was thinking about doing, like, going to school while they were in, me going to school while they were in school, or trying to figure out my work and my school schedule and stuff. And he told me that I can't do both. I got to pick one. He said he wasn't doing that. I said, well, you don't have to watch them while I'm in school, because I can get daycare. But because he was already watching them while I was going to work, so he would watch the kids or stay home while I went to work in the morning, and then when I
yeah,
came home, he would do his, leave and do his thing or whatever. So um, but I was telling him I wasn't trying to keep him in the house from morning to night, like while I go to work and school, but I can get daycare. I'm like, I can just get daycare, and I just might need you
right.
to just pick them up, just do the
And
transporting, sometimes I
right.
don't know. So, he basically was like, no, you got to pick one. You can't do both. And that's when I made my decision to leave. So at that point, I had prepared to leave. Like I had filed, I had applied for daycare assistance. I had applied for an apartment and everything. And I was like, I'm gone, because that's dumb as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
and
appreciate you.
yeah, I like
Mhm.
if you're not willing to see how this gonna better us, man. If you thinking like this now, this
Mhm.
is to help us to get better. Like we can't
Mhm.
stay at this level forever. Betterment of life is for everybody. Like this is where we
Mhm.
are now, but
Mhm.
5 years from now, I'm seeing this at a completely different space. So if you saying
Mhm.
you content with where we are and you're not, then that I gotta leave so I can at least have a chance to
Right.
do better. Yeah, I get that one
And
thousand.
even with that, like with what he was doing, like I was helping him do that, because that's the life I came from. So like I'm helping you do that. You out all night doing whatever you doing, and I'm helping you like make moves or whatever. So it's like, even
You
with
is
that, like I'm
you
already,
married up.
huh?
I call it you married up. You married
Yeah.
up into a woman who expects more. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
told you before, or you before you do this, there's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a lot required. You're gonna have to super step it up. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be able to hang,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're gonna be on your ass. You see what I'm saying? So, and that happens a lot. And at some point, it should look like no one's better than the other. You see what I'm saying? But
Right. Right.
I get what you're saying. Like, shit, I'm
Yeah.
trying to show you extra stuff. You the one, open your mind from tunnel vision to see it's all type of possibilities. Like we're a team. It will take us half the time to do what it'll accomplish. Some people a lifetime to accomplish. You know what I'm
Man, I'm
saying?
trying to tell you, like at the time, like we were already like buying our house. We was doing we had already was buying the house or whatever. And we had split up a couple of times, of course. And this was like my last time. This was, what was it, the third house we had lived in together. And when he asked me to come or whatever, I had told him, I said, if you If it's gonna go back to that cheating, because that, I mean, we never argued, never had any issues. But outside of, he was just a whore, like he just liked to fuck different women or whatever. And at some point, like I didn't even care about that, but I had just told him, I said, if that's what you're gonna do, and if I find out, I said I'm cheating back and I'm leaving.
Mm.
I'm telling you. Now, so this is like the third time. So this time he was like, no, we buying our house and this, and that, and whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I come back and we there. And I mean, like the first, I know 6 months, maybe seven, but the first half a year, cool. Like I'm talking about, it was like so cool. And then boom, there we go. Slip back into them old ways, and I didn't even get mad. Like, dude, I told you, I told you. And if you want to call my bluff, call it. I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. Okay, like it was some dude like at my job that had moved here from Texas, and either Texas or Puerto Rico. He had came from one of them, and but anyway, so he came and started working there or whatever. And I was like kind of like showing him around like on the weekends, like when I would go out a couple times, like, I let him go out with me and my girls and stuff and show him the city and stuff like that. And yeah, I ended up messing with him the one time. And I will say I felt like shit. Like I felt like shit. Like I came home and got in the bed and I felt so dirty or what. And it was so weird because he was there. Like he was never at home at night anymore. Like we was to the point by this time that he would be there. Like he would come in the morning, like right before it was time for me to go to work. I would leave out to go to work. When I came in the house from work, he was leaving out and he would stay out till the next morning. That's where we was at by that time. And
Gotcha.
it was what it was, like I had already like put in my stuff. I'm like, when I get my place and stuff or whatever, then I'm out. But this is what I'm doing. So I did that one time and he was there when I came home. And so I had
Damn.
to get in bed and I'm like, what the fuck? And I just felt like shit, like getting in this bed with this dude with my kid's daddy in the bed. I didn't expect him to be there, but anyway, I get in the bed or whatever. And then he tried to touch me on that night. So I'm like,
Wow.
oh, no. I'm like,
Mm.
I don't, whatever, like, wave him off and stuff or whatever. And I just went to sleep because I had been drinking anyway. Go to sleep. And, I just did what I did. But after that, like, I knew I had to leave. Like, I had to go. 'Cause I'm like,
Mm.
I ain't no better than him now. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I ended up moving.
Conviction. That's
Yeah.
good. It's
But,
not until when once you don't lack any type of conviction,
mm-hmm.
you're lost. So it's a good thing to
Yeah.
be convicted. That's a good thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Even though you
Mhm.
feel bad, but that's in the end, it's a good thing because okay, this isn't the person I want to be. Okay, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
I can't. Whatever somebody else do, I can only be responsible for myself. I am not that. I'm not willing to cross that line. So a
Right.
conviction will keep you from doing things that other people do. Even if it hurts when they do it, or you feel something, but you're like, you know what? I could go so
Mm-hmm.
low. Like I literally the other day, it was some stuff that was written up. And when
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, April, I'm not gonna go into detail.
Yeah.
One of the homies, it was
Mm-hmm.
so low.
Mm-hmm.
I had to, girl, I had to pray. I
Oh.
said, Lord, I don't even this stuff that would it was gonna be funny to a lot of people over in this sector, but I I was convicted because it was oh gosh. I just was
Mm-hmm.
convicted. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it
Mm-hmm.
ride because this is I it was very, 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 very to the fucking white meat,
Yeah.
Um it was to the white meat and I said, I'm gonna have to let it ride because this is some hardcore. Please shelve this until it's absolutely necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um And I used to not get convicted. I used to be like, I remember a time when I was, like, shit, fuck them. But no, as you
Mm-hmm.
grow and I don't have a bitter life, people are good to me. The men around me, whether they're helpers, workers,
Mm-hmm.
protect, I got a lot of protectors.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I will always end up being, I don't get hurt and it'll like No, but y'all don't get me because I made a choice. When I deal with
Mhm.
men, when I work with men, well, first of all, I already got enough female. It is a sorority. Like that's enough, okay. But on a social day to day interaction, I'm gonna
Mhm.
always prefer men because you know why? We don't get
Mhm.
no mess.
Yeah,
There's not any envies. It's easy for me. It's cool for me. You know what I mean? It's so easy breezy. And
I get that too because I get along with me. Like I love my man friends, like, and even
they
growing
the
up, I
bomb,
was
girl. They
like
be
that.
looking out for you. You be like, dang, something
Yeah,
with my what they like, oh, that's I saw something so hanging from your car. Let me fix it. Like they are the best. Whereas
yeah,
I ain't got no girlfriends who finna get up under the car and try to see what that sound was. Like, I mean, it's just I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not
My
gonna
best
change.
friend was a guy.
I'm stuck in my ways. Sorry.
Mhm. Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean, and
gravitate to the
that's the
men.
thing, like, yeah, you gravitate towards who you gravitate. I mean, number one, like women are sneaky. Okay, I'm just gonna say that women are sneaky. They
And we
conniving.
talked about that on the thing one time, and
Mhm.
we talked about who do we think the I think officials panel was like, who do y'all think the most sneakiest men or
Mhm.
women? I said women. I was the
Yeah.
first one to answer. I said men. They are the shit they I have seen people put. They it is women.
Mhm.
Men don't be. They ain't thinking all that. They just gonna do what they gonna do, and either you
Mhm.
gonna deal. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They're not doing all that. They like no. It's definitely women, and so
Yeah.
I don't do well with sneaky. You know what I'm
No.
saying? I don't do well with
And not only
plotting.
that, they just like two faced and shady, and you know what I'm saying? They'll smile in your face and act like they like you, then be going somewhere talking about you all that dumbass, like fake
And see
ass
that's the
shit.
thing though. I expect that, and you know what? And that's not okay. Not with the women on the that actually care about in the real world and we deal with. But I
Mhm.
expect that. Like I don't,
Yeah.
girl. Do you think for 1 second I be believing, girl? Thank you. It's cool. You cool peeps. I don't be
Mhm.
believing. I be like, thank you, girl. I be fake. I be like, girl, I'm being fake as you are being with me. I don't
Yeah.
care about you. You know what I'm saying? I got a real I got a
Yeah.
better way of doing it because whereas at least I'm not pretending, we're BFF, I'm not gonna go back and do anything but malicious behind your back.
Right.
And I
Right.
also ain't gonna lie. And
Yeah.
I've taken blows. Last week we had did a service or a panel, and
Mhm.
I was telling the dude, I said, man, I said I take blows, so many blows. I'm like a boxer for reasons.
Mhm.
For years, I can take a blow. I can take one
Mhm.
for the team. Like if I be like,
Mhm.
man, if I gotta take that blow for the team, I'ma have
Right.
to, because sometimes
Right.
the truth is far worse. Will
Mhm.
cause a far worse reaction. Does that make sense to you?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
I'm like I
because
can handle that. I don't handle words because if the truth actually come out, it's gonna be so fucking far worse. I'm let me go and take that blow. I
mhm.
got it. I got it, and
Mhm.
that's why I'm able to move the way I am at my age, at fucking 42
Mhm.
and going on 43. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it's like, okay, who gonna take? Okay, I took some blows. Give one when it's
Mhm.
necessary. But if me not taking a blow all because I want because of ego or pride, no, 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 no. Take the blow because the truth sometimes be far worse. And now I
Mhm.
don't want to end up, oh y'all, I got it, people I got to keep working with, keep dealing with. So I'm like, that little blow, that's I take it because the truth
Mhm.
far fucking worse. And I ain't gonna be the one.
Mhm.
I'm not a whistleblower around here. Okay, I'm the
Mhm.
girl. Oh, okay, I ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how you turn a blind eye? I ain't
Yeah.
saying shit. I ain't saying nothing. I already said to I'm gonna turn a blind eye.
I get it. I get it. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
but I have a few, like a handful of friends in real life. A few of them that are just still my friends. I mean, from childhood, like from teenager. And I have a couple from elementary and stuff that are still like really good friends. But I mean, outside of that, it's like just over the years, meeting different people and stuff. I would just much rather deal with men. They just easy to get along with. They ain't, I don't know. They just easy to get along with. Like very low maintenance. It's not a bunch of
Super low
extra shit,
maintenance.
unnecessary
Men
shit.
want something to eat, something to drink. If they're a
Yeah,
smoker, something to smoke, something to watch on TV. Like
yeah.
they're so low maintenance. You go somewhere and paint your toenails and be doing what you want to do. They are very, very they make how could you
Or
not
like
make it
doing
work with a
business with, like they just be about their business. You know what I'm saying? They not in competition or worrying about, what you getting out of
and
nothing.
if
Or
if you let them teach you a lot
yeah,
of stuff I learned from men, like teach me how you did that. That's
yeah.
game. Like how did you
Mhm.
turn $20 into whatever? Like I would learn from them.
I'm
Like, oh
trying to
my
tell
God,
you,
I've
that's
been
how
doing
I
this
learned
all along.
all my. Yep, that's how
And
like I
they'll
learned.
show me. And that's most of the time, I do not approach men.
No.
Almost 100% of the time, they tap me on my shoulder and say, "Hey, man, I see what you're doing. Let
Yeah.
me give you a little bit of advice." And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I give them a little pushback because I'm like, I ain't finna like I'm just one of them do girls. But
Right.
what they be saying, I'm like, yeah, that do kind of make fucking sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because their mind operates in a they men they gotta survive. Whereas we're women and we're having a hard time, we could be a damsel. I'm not saying there should be a lifestyle, but if you're having a hard time, people will help women. Not many
Mhm.
men like, man, I ain't finna help you pay your electric bill or some shit, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But women get more help and a little bit more leniency than men get. It's like, why you ain't working? What you did with your paycheck? Didn't nobody tell you
Mhm.
to blow it at a strip club? Didn't nobody tell you to be down there at the damn gambling, you know what I'm saying, card table? Men
Mhm.
don't get leniency like women. Women like, I messed up, I'm falling behind, I need help. And people will show them mercy because,
Right.
that's just the way, that's the laws of nature. I didn't make them. I tell
Mhm.
people all the time, I did not make the rules. I just learned how
Right.
to play by them. And I also know I don't show all my cards. Folksy woman, y'all. One day I'm at think I'm gonna do a live and it's gonna be about you don't ever show all your cards. Even if
Mhm.
someone call your bluff, even if they
Mhm.
think you don't show your cards because you probably got the whole kill shot. You don't never ever show your cards. You do not you gotta hold on. You know what I'm saying? So my
Mhm.
poker face, you just don't show you all your cards because then they know what you're gonna play and how you're
Right.
gonna play it. Sometimes you gotta play that one card and you might not play the next one for a minute. Like
Mhm.
and not that anybody should be playing, but I'm talking about in life. I learned a lot of stuff, so I think like a man. Well, maybe I learned because I learned from them. I
Mhm.
mimic some of the stuff they do, but I'm still a lady. I'm still a woman. I still love. You know what I mean? Like that didn't
Right.
change. I'm really am a lover. I believe in that one true. I actually believe in the real. Like I believe so. Like love is real. I know it.
Right.
I'm all for
Yeah.
it.
It is.
I'm also
Mhm.
practical. I'm also
Yeah.
practical. They're like, okay, well, maybe your one true love will come one day, but in the meantime, honey, you don't got to deprive yourself of life and not going out or meeting people, doing things, going to have a dinner, have a drink. You don't got to just sit at home on a shelf. You know what I mean?
Thank
Because
you.
ain't nobody gonna see you if you lock yourself up in the house. You got to get out there and meet people when you go out. You don't got to be
Mhm.
all dolled up, but don't be looking your worst. You never know who
Right.
you might run into.
Right.
Take the time to brush it up in the bun. That's why I be telling people, y'all better grow y'all hair so you can wear a messy bun or something. You know what I mean? You just don't know who
Mhm.
you might run into. And guys, when they see
Heck
you at your
yeah.
natural state, April, that's when they think you're the most beautiful. I don't care what, and I know you love your makeup, girl, and you be
Mhm.
doing it, and I'm like, that's great.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. Every man has told me the man that you're gonna find, he's gonna see you in your natural state, and
Yep.
that's how he's gonna fall in love with you. He gonna like when you go, oh, okay, look at you, baby, we going out. See, you got your. The men actually call it war paint when we get our well, they be calling it cooked up, but really they call, oh, you got your war paint on. Like, yeah, it's kind of
Mhm.
like I'm going out with my dude. Yeah, you see me over here, girl. I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
out with him for like, you do your face and stuff, but they call it war paint sometimes. But
Mhm.
they're gonna fall in love with you in your natural state. It's gonna be that's how you're gonna find your when it's that time. If I'm not saying you haven't, but he's
Mhm.
gonna he's gonna fall for you in your natural state in a messy bun and just running, and that's how it's gonna be because he's gonna know like that's you and you're not putting on any air. You ain't got to come out the shower looking like a whole completely different person. Like, hold
Right.
on, that ain't what you got to watch.
Right.
You go and washed off 4 faces and pulled off three wigs. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be wearing a double wig. Like, how y'all wearing 2 wigs? How you combine a wig and a wig? Like, I'm lost in that how you do all that. But yeah, and they want to see, yeah, when she come out the shower, that's when they like you the most. They're looking at you in um your natural state, and that's when we are the most beautiful in our
But
natural
you know
state.
what? That's
So
why like, when I done got into it with people on here and they talk about yeah, talking about you need that makeup. Don't come on here with no makeup no more. Like, girl, do you know I just now started wearing makeup when I came on YouTube? Like when I started my YouTube, that's when I started wearing makeup. It wasn't or like right before. I haven't worn
right,
makeup for like most of my life and I just started liking it. You know what I'm saying? So
kind of like okay, like hobbies, yeah. So,
but
but
that,
only you
that's when people
you
like
knew
need
that they don't.
to
Yeah, they thinking yeah,
like I
that makes
didn't
sense.
my longest I didn't live my whole life with no makeup and I ain't never had no problem attracting nobody. I'll be just fine. Thank you. The hell?
Mm.
I don't need makeup. But yeah, I mean, and like that's why I'm with you. Like I believe in love and I still, like now I'm kind of like in that position where like my kids, like I raised my kids because my son is my youngest and he's gonna be 17 in a couple of days and so I pretty much I've raised them and got them, started in life and whatever. And then I'm just starting different stuff in my career and other things that I'm interested in. So I just feel like, somewhere in there, I am ready, if I meet somebody or whatever, that I would, take that time to put into a relationship because, I took time off and I do believe in love. And of course, love is important. Different types of love are important, not just with a man or a woman, but, love, period. You should have that in your life. But, I am ready for that, so when it comes along, it'll come along. But in the meantime, I'm going to do me and do what I'm supposed to do. So,
Yeah, be happy. It's like why you waiting? Why you got to sit there looking like a bomb? Wow, I don't need no nails. I ain't got nobody. Like I've heard women say that.
yeah,
What's the
hell
point? I
no.
don't got nobody to look good for. Girl, you supposed to be doing that for yourself. You supposed
Right.
to be putting your nails on for your damn self. You supposed to be
Yeah.
caring about your brows and your ass and lashes for yourself. You're not
Yeah.
doing that for them. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Cause ain't nobody
Exactly.
gonna see it. uh, you see it. It makes you feel better. When you look better, you feel better. And
Yeah.
when you feel better, you go out with a better confidence. Cause I don't that day when you like, okay, this nail broke. Let me put my hoodie on. I hope I don't see nobody. You know that when you just had to run to the store for something
Uh-huh.
and you like, I don't want to run into nobody. Girl, I'll have my hoodie on, be looking like a whole uniform. I'm like, I don't want nobody to see me.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you,
This
that's
flash
when you run
hanging.
into people.
I'm coming in and out. I
That's
don't want
exactly when you
nobody to
run
see me.
into somebody. I promise. I talked about that before on my channel. Like the same thing you said. Like make sure like you don't got to get done up every time you go out to the house, but you can be having to stop at the gas station. Just make sure like you decent. Just make sure you got
Right.
the lip chap on. Your hair ain't all over your head. You ain't got on the bonnet and your pajama pants and shit. Just make sure you okay. You ain't got to be whatever. But that'll be the time when you see somebody. When you see, I see everybody when I'm running. When I'm call myself running in somewhere real quick. Oh, run to the grocery store. Oh shit, I don't got this for dinner real quick. Let me run in here and you just bump into every damn body. Like what the fuck?
Every time. So then it's when it's good to kind of be able to know, well, that's okay. I ain't got my face on because if like I'm like them, I don't know if you remember those stories where Oprah used to do them. I was probably younger then, and it's women that who would not leave the house without their face on. Girl, it was one lady. She was
Mhm.
they had to call 911. Something was
Oh,
going on with her, and the ambulance was coming, and she was in there putting her face on. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, 911!" I'm she's like, "I'm not going anywhere without my face and my makeup bag." She was addicted. She was so addicted to her makeup. She damn near died trying to get in the ambulance because her face wasn't done. She was like struggling doing it. And I'm like, it's never that serious. You are not
oh
your
my
face.
god.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just
Oh my
remember that
god.
story. Like, girl, grab your bag and have a little. I mean, you're sick. You
Mhm.
shouldn't even be thinking like that. Okay.
Right. But you
But
know
yeah,
what? I know a girl that oh wait, I know a girl that I grew up with and she would go to bed in her makeup. Like, well, she said like if she had company, if she had a dude over, like she would go to bed in her makeup. She would not. and her hair, her wig, everything, like full everything, because she said she did not want him, whoever it was, like seeing her. I'm like, girl, she would wear this fake butt. I don't know what she did with the fake butt, girl, but she would
I
wear
know
them little
somebody.
panties.
We knew somebody like that, and he divorced his wife. She would never. He never saw her without her makeup or her face. It's like, how you coming out the shower? I don't know what type of primer or preset she had on. Like, damn. But when she would come out, or whatever, her hair will always be whatever. But she would go to her sister's house and do her wigs and stuff. So he never saw her, but he just happened to pop up over there one day. Like, I don't know girl, who knows why. He could have been stopping by there for anything. And she was the door was open, and he saw her in the bathroom. All her hair, she had no hair, like none. So that's why her lace fronts look so realistic, because on a bald head it lays differently. You know what I'm saying? And you don't
Right.
have no edges to hide. You can just use their edges. When he saw her without her makeup and her hair, and was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "That's not who I fell in love with." He divorced her, and I know some people may think that's vain, like but you loved her, but no, she manipulated him. She looked, when I tell y'all, she looked nothing like that.
Wow.
It wasn't the spots in her face. Like, at some point, after 2 years, he never really paid attention to, like, okay, even over here laying here chilling, she may not have on all a full face of makeup, but she had something on. So
Right.
it was manipulation. He didn't know. If he don't want to be with a completely scalp bald woman, that's his choice. So he felt
Right.
like his choice was robbed. To say, well, I like you like that, and if you want to, if you want to get
Mhm.
dolled up, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because she never did her hair or let him see her. He never um saw her apply anything. She just was always in costume. And when he saw her,
Right.
he flipped out. Like, yeah, he actually divorced her. I mean, some people have an opinion about it. He
That's
divorced
fucked
her.
up.
I
That-
was like, hey, he never saw her for 2 years. That's how good she was. She would get up extra early. Um, she went to bed, like you said, with some type of makeup on. So then when she got
Mhm.
up way before, she had it time, like folks of time stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shoot.
Mhm.
And that's the worst
Yeah.
skin, going to sleep with all that makeup on your face, never washing it off,
That is bad.
That skin gonna be toe up underneath.
That is bad. Like, ooh, ooh, that's bad.
Yeah,
And you know
that's what
what?
it was.
What people don't realize, not only is it bad, like as far as like acne and clogged pores and stuff, but that ages you too.
You got them age spots and blackheads and all this stuff. It's like, you supposed to wash that stuff off. You wearing it nonstop 24/7. So, she did it to
Mhm.
herself. I kind of find it like living a lie.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, uh,
that's exactly
he
what it is. Like
he
that,
left
yeah,
her.
that's bad.
He
That's
divorced
bad.
her. He didn't, because he didn't know. He couldn't recognize the person. What it was is, he couldn't recognize who he was looking at. Like,
Right,
who the fuck are you? Where my girl at? Like, he
right,
couldn't
right,
recognize. He couldn't see one thing about her out of all of that said, okay, I see you. So that means you was wearing. Hell, you must have had on a whole fake dang on skin. Like, he couldn't recognize it was a complete. With
yeah.
contouring, that at it more than anybody, April. You can contour
Mhm.
the hell out of your face. So he didn't
Oh,
recognize her. She probably had everything contoured from her eyes to her nose. You know what I'm saying?
her nose. I was
So,
gonna say because that will change like the whole shape of your face and everything.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like, it wasn't a you bad. Yeah, a bit more. It was less that she looked bad, more that I don't recognize you. I don't. Who the fuck are you? And I, So,
Wow, fuck that. Like,
that's just that little story.
I bet you she was she was sad.
I
Aw.
don't really know. I was kind of like, well, that's what happened. Don't be manipulating people. You
Yeah.
ought to have
I
that
mean, 'cause that's what you're
comfortable
doing. You're
days.
scaring the fuck out of somebody. They finally see you and you scare the fuck out of them. They don't even know who the hell you are. Girl, fuck that. Yeah, fuck
Right.
that. 'Cause
He couldn't
he
recognize
probably
nothing.
felt played. Like he
She was
probably felt like
shaping
he
her
got played.
eyes. Yeah, how you could pull your eyes and contour them and make them catch. She literally would. That's a lie. Like, nothing about you looked
Mm,
like you. Not even
yeah.
a strand of hair. You just had the whole. Cause and then, yeah, it was easy to lay the wig. I get it on a bald head, but he completely confused, and he feels like, look, he got up out of there. He didn't want to, I'm like, oh, well, I guess Tina Turner's right. What's love got to do with it? Got to do.
Right.
I guess Tina Turner said, this ain't got nothing to do with love. I still love you, but you've been manipulating me for years. I can't recognize you. This ain't the woman I married. I don't know who you are. I'm not a man, so I just know he did leave her. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's
Like,
different marriages, y'all. All of us, you need to seek your own personal happiness, and people need to stop making it look like their happiness should be your happiness. Like whatever April's happy, whatever your happiness is, April, that's your happiness. That's not
right,
mine. That's yours.
right,
And that's why I
yeah,
had shut down even trying to share with women and wouldn't be so open because the minute I would try to say something, they're like, wait, what? Huh?
right,
Oh, and I'm like, you're shutting down, but I'm happy. I'm fucking
yeah,
happy. You act like I'm fucking around here miserable. I'm like, you cannot make your happiness be my happiness, nor am I trying to make my happiness be yours. So why can't you just
right,
accept this is how I'm living and it's great. It's working out for us. We're doing it. Why you having such a hard time because I don't fit into, this box of whatever you think is that you
right,
think I'm. So I said, I'm just not even gonna share because I'm tired of seeing the same thing.
right.
Not looking like
And
some
again,
weird.
it be coming from people who still don't got what they want. Like they still, they can say they single for whatever reason, but the fact of the matter is that you
I'm
still
waiting on the
haven't
right
found-
one. Not yet. I bet you are, girl. If somebody was to ask you right now, you'd be flying. You ain't okay. Well, you can keep waiting on the right one, but in the meantime, there's a lot of um decent ones in between. I mean, no one said you had to go run off to fly out to Vegas and get married because the dude bought you a drink.
Right,
At the Ruby Tuesday. I'm just saying, get to know people. You don't know you might have missed your whole husband because you too busy scouting the room and old buddy over there was a nice guy and treat
mm-hmm.
somebody well and he may have tried to send you a drink and you trying to you looking at it superficially. So them eye if it's superficial, them eyes will mess people up. I look at the
Oh,
heart. Believe it or
yeah,
not, I actually look at the heart, and so that's why I never
mm,
tried to go deep, never tried to really be sector, whatever. I don't mind mind for it, but because I'm gonna always look at a person's heart and say, yeah, that may have happened, but I can see people's heart. You know what I'm saying? And once I see, how you can't unsee something, and so
right.
then I can't unsee that because even with a heart, um, you just feel like it stopped you. I know you had times where you like, I want to say this so bad, but your heart wouldn't let
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Girl, yeah.
yeah, you
Girl,
wanted
yeah.
to say it, but your heart was like, okay, that's low, and I can't. So
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I look at people hard. So, but
Yeah.
in the meantime, I enjoy good commentary when it's good and speaking when it's speak. But when that's what I said, it, it,
Yeah.
mm, I pay attention to I know exactly what I say. If I know exactly what I say. And that's why I do like that, at least on here, the way folks find receipts, go back and play. I know what I said. I never said
Girl,
that,
wait, let me just tell you right now that um, I remember that situation that's done and over with. And I seen you get lied on and you had specifically said like about what happened in that specific live that she was trying to play something that happened in. And then when she started to play it, what happened? It was the same live, just like you said it was. And
Yep.
my thing is, I'm just so sick of all of this old stuff coming up
Why?
for the
And
purpose of
what does
other
that
people
have to
still
do with
living.
anything? We were talking about. I was just answering just Q&A, and because I don't really talk that much in lives, I may come in.
Yeah,
Um, I may have come up a couple times on some panels, but I never really got into the conversation because I felt like, well, I wasn't there. What I look like insert myself into this beat. You know what I mean? So I was
right.
just trying to show, okay, well, let me branch out and try. and speak.
Yeah.
And so I was okay with, okay, if I can answer it, I'll answer. I know how
Yeah.
people do it. It doesn't bother. I'm like, I'm good. I'm my world shit. Y'all would trade places me in a motherfucking heartbeat, and I know that. So I never
Right.
get thrown off with a girl,
Hey.
with avatars and pictures like that. But how I'm like, this is out of pocket. This is when people screaming for attention. We're
Yep.
talking about relationships, side chicks, whatever it is. That's what we're
Right.
talking about.
Right.
Nowhere should anything else have ever been inserted. Going back to some shit from like almost, a year and a half ago. Like, where that come in at? Like that
Especially
ain't
when
got
it
nothing
was
to
a
do with the
lie,
topic.
though. But especially when it was a lie, though, like it wasn't even true. Like you got the wrong person. Like that wasn't even the right person. Like you wasn't even the person
Girl,
that that's supposed to have
girl,
nothing with. And then
girl,
for her to make herself even look dumber, like every time somebody give her a chance, because they'll give her a chance, like go ahead and play it. She don't do no boxing over there and stuff. So she like, well, she ain't playing that. Go ahead and play that. And then she play it, and then she just end up looking like a dummy, like always. Like, girl, that's why they call you J Dummy, because and now I done said her name. She don't have to talk stuff, well, well. But
girl.
that's why
That
they
shit
call
I
you what they
said.
call you, because you are so retarded. Like, and you make yourself look
Mhm.
dumb every time.
And that's why I was listening, honey. And people said, and I said, no, I never said that. I said, people like, don't add words. And this is what people have to listen. When
Mhm.
someone says something, don't add nothing to what they say and don't take away from it.
Mhm.
Specifically repeat what they said, word, don't add anything to it. Because
That's
when you
it.
do that, when there's a recording, you're gonna look like, so did you not hear that? You added that to that. And that's why I
Mhm.
said, oh, somebody go out. I said, let me just get out the way. Let me get my purse and move over to the side because it was way a whole bunch of stuff added. Ain't nobody said that. I heard somebody said official side eye and beach. The fuck, y'all crazy as hell. He ain't side eyed me. I've been holding an official back. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna be quiet right there.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
way been through, and I said no, I know. Like he's never gonna side at me. What are you talking about? And then I heard I said that he wouldn't fuck. I said I never said that. I said he would never fuck you. I said he's never gonna fuck you. When I said that, no one
Mhm.
said he want like the words like that wordplay game don't work with me
Mhm.
when I'm like that was not what's said. We're listening directly to what was said in other people. So that starts to make that's messy. Like no, you're trying to make something that it's not. And y'all all up in Jay Wilson chat doing extra shit. Like
Oh.
Vivian already told her story. Let it go. Like y'all
Mhm.
over there disrupting that chat. Like if people just bored, it's enough going on. Ain't nothing going on right now. I don't really know because I don't really be on the streets like that. I be over there mingling and doing my comedy. Yes, I do a comedy thing. I'm not gonna tell these motherfuckers where because I done seen
Mhm.
folks follow me. Oh, I was
Mhm.
kind of disappointed when I said that's what a troll is. Okay, now I get it. Like April,
Mhm.
you're not a troll, but you never been called a troll. But
No.
I looked up and been like, God damn, April, every fucking way I go, you right in here. How the hell did you find me here? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I may see you passing by. You see what I'm saying? And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, trolls really following your motherfucking scent. Like, bitch, did you catch on to my scent? Are you following my footsteps? So I
Yeah.
got some shit. But like, you need to get it. Like, what was you doing before this? And it's a lot of people. I'm like, and I'm gonna be honest. I said, you gonna have to come out, and speak your piece and just go on when he's ready and says what he has to say.
Right.
That's on him. But Mm,
That's
look,
one thing that I said in the chat. I was like, "Welcome to the beef sector official," because that is officially his. And the thing is like he, he's a good dude. He's interacting. He's trying to grow, and he's doing really good over there. He's gonna do it well. Actually, he's gonna do really good, I think. But
it's
for this
still a
one
cutoff
time,
though. It's still a cutoff, and there's nobody over there that's like, I'm like, I don't know where y'all think you came from. Y'all didn't find him. Like, it's still, we have, like, with men, there's an order of motherfucking rank. Okay, let me just put it to you that
Right.
way.
Right.
So I don't know why anybody over there is like, as quick as you was thought you was special, you ain't that damn special. You easily gonna go right back to regular bill, okay? And a lot of people, I'm like, okay, you're not okay. Y'all can be, you can go right back to where you were. You're not that needed. Y'all don't know how many subscribers that man have. If every last one of you, he's still gonna be fucking good. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it. And I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, that was a courtesy.
Well, I
You
know
can,
one
you know,
thing. I was like, when you said what you call it, like she was over there sneaking it or whatever, trying to get it. I was like, I knew it. I
when I
knew
and when I said, and I didn't even know what that word meant, and that's why I was like,
it.
y'all really think I didn't even know what sneak dicking meant. I was like, what is
Mhm.
it? And I had to be explained what it was, and then my comments kept getting removed out of the chat. So what sneak dicking, if anybody wonder or cares what it is, sneak dicking
Mhm.
is when there's women who prefer to be with women.
Mhm.
That's their choice. They're living their life. They proclaim it. They're proud of it. They're doing their thing. They're having a great time. But
Right.
from time to time, they want the wood, and they want the real deal. They want the real thing. Okay, they don't want the one
Mhm.
they got to go get out the dresser. They don't want the strap on. They want that real diddly. They
Yeah.
call it sneak dicking, and I I didn't know it was a word for it. I didn't know it was a
Uh-huh.
word for it. But when I learned it, I'm like, oh, well, hold on, what's
But
going on? You know, my ass gonna ask some questions. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna take them blows. I'm gonna look real dumb. But I know, bitch. You know,
but
like
I
you think
just
like,
know
yes. I'm like,
for her specifically, it had already been stated by somebody that she dealt with in person that, they was using the toys on her. The toy, like she was taking 9 inches from a toy. So that's why when you said that, I was like, the fake one wasn't good enough. Huh? I knew you.
right, but yet I'm lying on her. Like why would I? What would I come up with that? Why? It's like out of all the things to say, to just remind you, and bitch, you never gonna get that dick that you want. You're not good enough. And like you kind of you know, because some women look. There's a lot of gorgeous women, gorgeous lesbians, gorgeous,
Mhm.
a lot of people who got some type of like sex appeal for the men. You got to have a sex appeal about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to stick it in you. Is you fucking crazy? The women barely want to fuck you. You
Right.
think the men want that? You want
No, hell
that? Like
no.
you
Hell no.
they
Hell no.
they
She's
can't
funny
even put a
looking as hell. Like funny looking as hell. And I didn't even know that you and her, I didn't know that you used to be a supporter of hers because I didn't really know that much about her.
I never a supporter of hers. Only time I
Oh, you
only went over
wasn't?
there twice. Look, after the Tommy Sotomayor, I was never a supporter of hers. Let me tell you what happened after the Tommy Sotomayor. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Jay Wilson was going to debate Tommy Sotomayor?
Yep.
And it didn't happen because Jay kind of shut it down. Well,
Right.
on her panel, um, they were saying that Jay Wilson's mods had doxed his daughter, and that wasn't true.
Oh,
And I
wow.
came on the panel and kind of, talked about that and was like, I don't even know what the hell his daughter's name is. Like, I just got modded. That was the first day I got modded up. So how in the hell, I don't know who his daughter is. I barely knew who he was. So I cleared that up, I think, because at that time, Jess was a mod that day too. And
Mm-hmm.
she stopped going that day.
Mm-hmm.
Another day, I don't
And I was
remember
there that day, and that was a
mind
troll
my
that did that.
business. I think another day somebody called for me and was like, girl, you gotta get over there. And I'm like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, cause yeah, we when VS, it was after VS went, she came over to Jay Wilson. She told her story
Mm-hmm.
about the whole funeral. We was like, we didn't know anything about that. Oh, that's terrible. Only to
Yeah.
find out later her ass had participated in a mock funeral. So it was kind of like, but you forgot
Mm-hmm.
to mention that part. So her, you ain't mentioned none of that while you were out here getting sympathy, or whatever like that's
Mm-hmm.
really terrible. No one deserves that, and no one does. No one deserves that. But you make
No.
sure you mention that. Oh well, I did participate in one too, and now that I see how I feel, see a real bitch to say, you know what, I did that, and now I see how they felt when it was done to me. So I don't want to do that to anybody else again. That's 1,000. Those are the things that I say when I'm like, it's something to remind me. I'm like, damn, you know what?
Right.
I don't. When I, or it would be more not what I did to somebody or something I went through, and I learned to like, oh, I did not like how that felt, and I put myself in a horrible situation. Don't do that again, B. But no, I
Mhm.
was never a supporter of hers. I had only been on her channel, can't been more than 2 or 3 times. Couldn't have been. And the last two was somebody came and got me because it was like some
Mhm.
girl came over here and was like, yeah, I've been looking for a beach for a year. She got me blocked, and I can't find her. And I heard her over here talking, so I came so that I could, you know, they were
Mhm.
mad. They were really still mad about, whatever was going on and my gat, whatever. The shit I had to say, which I don't, like I said, I don't take back. If I said it, that's what I said. Same thing when I went to court, I'm
Mhm.
like, this is what I said. Here's the copy
Mhm.
receipt, printed fax, scan how you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I
Right.
said. But that was the way to try to get my attention, and it still wasn't working. And I was like, so a lot of stuff is not being played from. You got to hear from the beginning where a person admits. Like it's kind of like, say somebody, I don't know who's in your chat because I'm not looking at the chat right now. I don't
Right.
know who's in here. Okay, I'm trying to think who might be in here that I know. Let me look and see. Okay, let's just say
Mhm.
one in your chat. I had
Mhm.
I couldn't get to because they had me blocked on all four of my troll pages and this or whatever, and I
Right.
knew they were over here in over here with you.
Mhm.
For me to come a year, almost a year, come over here just to be able to get them up here by saying fuck shit. They got to answer to you. See what I'm saying? Just to
Right.
get to them. That's how that started. And but you as a channel
Um,
holder, even if you're, that's how it goes. That's why I would say no. Ultimately, always the blame falls on the channel holder because if you realize someone's using your panel to do fuck shit, either you got to stop it or you let it go on, and chances are if you let it carry on it's going to go from bad to worse. Like you don't have to let that happen. And you could be fair, and you don't
mhm.
let nobody use your platform to do wicked shit. I know I'm
Yeah.
not. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you want to do it on your own time. You got your own page. Go over there. If ain't nobody listening but 2 people, cuss them out over there. You ain't gonna come over here using my page. You know what I'm saying? For your muscle because you don't have a place to go to. But yeah, it was said that all that was when none of that played. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
always, people when the stories retold, like, and like y'all say, folks will rewrite history on here. So I wasn't too shocked. I'm like, all I can do is jump down and say I refuse to take part of any type of conversation that I already did and that involves family. My husband's like, hold up now. You know what I'm saying? We already had to go through this and that. So I'm not going to
Right.
take part in those conversations. Um, but other than that, I'm like, shit, I said her a liar. We're going to see who the
Mhm.
liar is. So, at some point, don't come to me talking about, well, damn, the whole time. Don't come to me
Right.
talking about what she actually was telling the fuck. Because where the hell, and that's the thing, where would I just get that from? Like, I just popped up. Straight women don't even
Mhm.
think like that. I just
Right.
popped up
Mhm.
that I had every DM. I had everything. I said, there
Mhm.
ain't all the fucking messages. I said, I'm just gonna let time play it out. I got nothing more.
Mhm.
My energy has to be reserved for other
Yeah.
places that I gotta go on that have been,
Yeah.
that need me. Not over here with this. Y'all can exhaust everything I got trying to prove a point that I already know at this point in time. We say, hold on, I'm sitting on it. You know what I mean? They
Right.
sitting on it. But if
Mhm.
somebody got something coming to them, they'll get it in due time.
Right.
It ain't on me. I'm not the one. I'm the one that's gonna be sitting there eating popcorn like everybody else. Apparently, some people, you ain't too locked over in some areas. You'll be surprised. Some people think that, it's like, damn, how you not even like over? How you not like over in a whole nother sector? That's what I don't get. Like, how people be like, we don't like that chick. You know what I'm saying? How do
Mhm.
you not get like in a completely different sector where you can have a fresh start and nobody know you? You really like a bad seed because that's your
Yeah,
chance to
just
start over
annoying as fuck
and
and always starting shit and always just trying. If like when a person like purposely like really tries to like hurt people or embarrass people or demean people's character, like nobody wants to be around nobody like that.
nope
Nobody wants to be
at
around
all.
nobody like that. And like
I
even lying on you saying that you said that she she doxed your daughter. That's not what you said. You said that she was doxed in her chat. You didn't say
Thank
nothing about
you. That
she doxed her.
April, how many times? And that's why I said I'm not going to keep saying the same fucking thing. I never
But my
said
thing
that.
was, but my thing was, you know what though? She does dox though. So it's like, why are you so upset over? Even though
Yeah,
it was a lie,
right.
but like it's not like you don't dox and you're being accused of doxing because you do. Like you do
Yeah,
openly.
no one said you doxed anything. We said it was linked during the actual live. There were links dropped in the chat, and nobody deleted them. Then after that live, in the comment section, the same links are dropped. And heart, she liked them, and I didn't know it, and I have those screenshots. So it's like you can say what
Well,
you
I'm
want
sure
to.
you like noticed, but like listening to the replay, like when it was happening and you was like, why are they keep on doing that in your chat? Like why are they keep putting that in your chat? And then she kind of smirked a little bit. She like kind of did like a
Right.
little
Oh my,
laugh a little bit, like
April,
I
you
don't
got a
know why
good
they're
fucking
doing that.
memory. Cause you're
Yeah,
right. You got a good fucking memory. But we're gonna forget about all of that, and all of a sudden I'm just out of the blue. And I ain't even mention my child. Like I didn't even bring that up. You just jumped up there and brought that up. We talking about marriages and dating and other stuff. You know what I'm saying? No one was
right.
talking about anybody's fucking get like you just had to jump up here because I know what you're really mad about. I know what she mad about. That's the thing. I'm like, I know why you mad. You big
Mhm.
mad. That's the only card you got. She don't got no card to really
Mhm.
pull. So let me go back to her daughter from a year back and use those recordings. That still didn't make me mad. That just made me say I'm not gonna go. That worked. Look, last time it caught me off guard, but you can't really shoot me with the same fucking bullet, bitch. That bullet already gone. Okay, took out, clean, been bandaged up. You see what I'm saying? I'm on some
Right.
more shit. You come with some more ammo. That one ain't gonna work.
Right.
Like
No.
you really desperate. But I knew what it was about. I'm like, that's why people not looking, thinking, wait a second, something must be mad for you out of nowhere go and resurrect a tape
Mhm.
at with her child that no one even talking about. I didn't know it just brought that to the table. They had nothing. It's like we talking about apples and oranges, April, and somebody come up in here with a fucking you know, damn tomato. Like then we ain't talking about a tomato, girl. We talking about apples and oranges. What is this? They don't fit with the with tomato. They don't fit with the fruit salad. Get that tomato out of here. So I'm like, nobody caught. Yeah, I didn't care. Yeah, no, people catch what they want to, but I'm good. I'm okay with it. I'm
Yeah.
I have a short. I'm not you probably got more patience than me. You've been doing it a longer time than me. I don't have to
Mhm.
do it. I don't have those subscribers and stuff. You know what I mean? So I get
Mhm.
turned off quickly. The guys, and I'm like, no, I'm turned off by, but with men, I do give them more of a leeway because a lot of them will come back and be like, okay, B, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Right.
I choose to stay with the men versus women. Like, here's how you don't like me. You don't even know me. What are you talking? Where you get this from? And I don't know what this
Yeah.
fucking list. How the fuck I'm like, what list am I on? What the fuck are these people talking about? Like, who
Huh?
making lists? People?
You said a list?
Yeah, it's some list going around, and somebody said my name on it. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, I
I
don't
don't.
even know.
No.
I
They like,
haven't heard that yet.
yeah. I'm like, I hope, like, y'all don't know me. My name. If you put me on a list, bitch, put it on play or I'm gonna tell you what it need to say. But then let me tell you what list I go on. Like you can't just put me on your fucking list because that's what you think. No, 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 ma'am. Get it on the right list, okay?
That is funny. A list. Well, last list I heard of was that damn hit list that what you call over there had. Remember that damn hit list she had? But yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, did she drop off? She dropped off. Well, hey y'all. What's going on, y'all? We're just sitting up here talking about just talking. I think she dropped off, or she might have had to go over to what you call. But I don't know who got a list, y'all. It's a list somewhere. What we got on there? The last list I heard of was a hit list. It was a hit list. I don't even know why I'm up, y'all. I got this mask on my face, and after this gets done drying, then I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down. But while I'm waiting on it to dry, I'm just soaking my feet and drill this polish off. Do, 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 do. Anyway, y'all, so okay, so that was pretty much it. B-Check came up here and we was talking about the side chick situation, and it kind of just went into some other things, but I kind of got a hint of something, but not gonna say, but I kind of got a hint. Now, I don't know if we was talking about the same people or different people, but what else? So let's just talk about this behind the scenes stuff real quick, because there was like a real long live. There was another surviving video made, and you know, my thing is this, like, I stopped by Rita's earlier and talked to Rita a little bit, and she was speaking on the situation. I actually didn't see what Rita was talking about. Where am I at? 4%. If it dies out, you guys, that's gonna be it. But I might just go ahead and close it down after I talk about this, because I'm not gonna continue to charge, because after this I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna go try to find a list and see. I'm just gonna see if I see anything about a list in somebody's title. But you know, my thing is, y'all just be careful with who you choose to deal with off of YouTube, okay? Like, that's just my whole thing, because time and time again, we see where people who once had, you know, a so-called YouTube ship, or, you know, friendship, you might even have been real friends, like really had a real relationship going, and shit happens. You know, shit happens on YouTube. It rolls over into real life, and it's just a hot ass mess. And so the thing about it is, like, just be real, okay? No problem, babe. No problem. I'll see you next time, babe. Thank you so much for coming up. It was a good conversation. So, and let me know if you find that list so I can look at it. So, but yeah, just be careful with who you choose to deal with off of YouTube, you guys, because well, even like with Beach was just up here, and people were talking, you know, people were trying to pin her with Ash D. And if anybody remembers that situation, you remember Ash D, the girl that was in the bed with Ash D, calling her Zaddy and Daddy and all of that, was Crystal Nicole. That's who was in the bed with DJ Ash, not Beach. And not only that, um, you know, it was, you know, they all had like a friendship and talked and stuff like that, but it was actually Mona that Ash had a, you know, was trying to say she had a, well, it was supposed to have been crushing on or whatever. So, anyway, but outside of that, like, even with that situation, like, you know, somebody actually had relations and they ended up coming to YouTube, and they had no business coming to YouTube. You know, so just be careful with who you choose to deal with off of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say something, just be prepared to say it again. Just know that it may just come out. You know, just know that the person that you are dealing with is probably keeping whatever receipts you're sending them. Like, whatever your conversation is, they probably keeping it. They're probably not deleting things on purpose, you know, just in case. And my thing is, as much as you just can't put your trust in everybody, if people have to save things, messages, and conversations and recordings and all that kind of stuff for just in case, then that's not a person that you need to be dealing with privately. It's just not. Those are dangerous people. Um, and like I'm the type of person, like I don't just go in my phone and just delete stuff when it comes through. Like I actually have to delete stuff like once it gets so full, like I can't get new messages or something like that. So I might have some shit for a period of time, but it's not because, purposely. I just think like if you get to a point where you feel like you have to, um, like build a portfolio on a person just in case the relationship goes bad, just cut them off then. Just cut them off then. Just don't wait until you're upset. Don't wait until they fuck you over. Just do it right then. As soon as you have that feeling, just, no. Because your gut never lies to you. Your gut never lies. And if your gut is telling you, you know what, you might want to save everything that this bitch say. If your gut is telling you, oh, remember what they did with such and such, just leave the person alone. Don't even give them a chance or have them thinking that, don't even have them thinking that, you know, that what they're doing is cool or what they have done is cool or that, you're okay with their shady behavior. Don't let it get to a point where it has to actually be somebody hurt, i.e. you, example, you. Don't wait until you have to get hurt or, um, done wrong or, fucked over for you to leave a person alone. When you have that feeling, just leave them alone then. God speaks to us through our intuition, through our conscious. Okay? So if you're getting those feelings, if you're getting spoken to, then go ahead and take heed and keep it moving. Because all I see is a bunch of fake ish going on. That's all I see. Like, it's receipts, receipts, receipts. I got receipts. All I see is a bunch of fake ish. Just people talking about people they supposed to be cool with. Um, just a bunch of bullshit. And then, saving it and passing it from this person to that person. And all that shit is fake as hell. All of it is, you know. And those are not the type of people you want in your life. Okay. You want people that you can depend on, people that support you genuinely because they like you know, people that are understanding and kind and loving and want the best for you, even if it means spending less time with them or just whatever. Like, you just want to deal with people that are good and good for you. Not just good, but good for you. Okay? Because this can be some cool people out there, but they just not a match for you. You know? Um, people should be happy for you when you're doing better. People should be happy for you when you are glowing up. People should be happy for you when you find love. Those are all things that true friends. Follow my name. Look now, it's been 2 weeks now. They're gonna leave me alone. I'm filing this gel polish off. But yeah, true friends want to see you glow up. They want to see you do well. They want to see you at your best. And when you are loved properly, that's when you will be at your best. People who are loved correctly, people who are happy, people who are doing well and doing things with the right intentions, they are happy and they are making moves. Even if it's baby steps, they're making steps because they have the right intention, because their heart is pure, because they're doing things for the right reason, because they're not trying to get over on anybody. If you constantly got shit going on, that's telling you something. You know, check yourself, check your history, check what you've been doing. You know, remember maybe some shit that you did before. You know, but just know whatever you put out is going to be what comes back. And when you out there behind the scenes talking shit about somebody that you smile at, somebody that you tell them you care about or you like, or you know, you talking to them on YouTube and it's all, you know, fun and games when you're on YouTube, but then you behind their back talking about them, just know that shit is not going to stay a secret. Anytime you do something and somebody else knows about it, just know that there's a chance that that shit is going to come out. Okay? Somebody always sees and hears. All right? And if you're doing something in private and you tell somebody, guess what? You might as well have told the world. You might as well have told the world. Because most likely, especially when it comes to YouTube, once that shit, once that person gets upset, that shit is coming out. And it's sad, but it's true. It is damn sure true. You know, everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves genuine people in their life. Everybody deserves everything good that the world has to offer. But you also have to be giving it out too. You can't just expect blessings while you're being a burden. Hey, Jazzy. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Jan. Maybe she's referring to the list on Bree's community wall. Bree has a list. Thank you, Jan. I'm going to go over there and go see. Beach, if you still listening, Jan said there's a list on Bree's community wall. I'm going to go see. See what they over there talking about. Damn list. It ain't no hit list. Oh, here's a list. Am I on the list? Hey, silly mommy, right? You know, so yeah, you whatever you put out in the world, just know it's gonna come back, you know. And if you being a burden, if you being a liar, you're being deceitful, you're being two-faced, just know that that shit is going to come around, okay? It's going to come around. And you don't know how it's gonna come back either. You know what I'm saying? You might have gave it some light. You might have been a little light work coming from you, but you know, it comes back to you heavy. You know how they say if you give, you're gonna get it back tenfold. Well, guess what? When you put bad out, guess what? You're gonna get that bad tenfold. You know? And that's the thing. People can give it, but then they want to control how they get it back. That ain't how it works. That is not how it works. You know. So I don't know, y'all. You know, I'm not surprised at messages and shit like that that was released or whatever. My thing is the little wench over there that's putting all the receipts out there. The thing about it is she said a lot of real shit while she was putting the receipts out. But it's just a fake bitch saying some real shit. That's all it is. And so because it's a fake bitch trying to put a message out there, you know, you kind of gotta take it for what it's worth. You know, take it for what it's worth at face value. Because when the messenger ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, think too deep of the shit. You cannot think too deep of it. You know, um, yeah, yeah, you just can't. Um, yeah, let me just say, like, goddess bitch, I will never be in your chat, okay, madam, you raggedy ass whore, you stinking ass cigarette smoking, Pepsi drinking in the morning, bitch. Fat, stanky, pussy ass bitch over there needing a whole damn pap smear, but can't because don't nobody want to treat your ass, you stinking ass bitch. Keep your mouth off of me, bitch. Keep your motherfucking mouth off of me. Like, you really was just about to just flip out because somebody said my name by mistake. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like, for real. Like, trust and believe. Like, your motherfucking chat is not. I didn't even know about the motherfucking video, okay, until Rita had said something this morning, bitch, because I don't give a fuck. I don't know what be going on over there. I just don't give a fuck, bitch. So no, I wouldn't have been in that live. It's not no place for me to be. That's retarded as fuck, bitch. Okay, that's retarded as fuck. Y'all wasn't talking about me. All right. I really don't want to give a fuck and support all the theatrics, like all that extra shit, just to get a point across, and then think you saying something that you're not saying. Don't you know that Rita put out the motherfucking receipts on Dory a long time ago? Like, Rita been seen them text messages, and her and Dory been had that out. They been had that conversation. They been had that beat when Dory was supposed to have been saying that stuff about Rita and about her Rita's husband, like texting her, like Rita already knew about that. Like, Rita put that shit out and checked it and moved the fuck on, and here you go bringing up that stale old ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And then this bitch come out, y'all, because I was about to snatch her whole soul, bitch. You, bitch, go give that elephant they soul back, bitch. Because not only did you snatch their soul, bitch, but you snatched their whole motherfucking body, bitch. Go give the elephant back his motherfucking soul, bitch. Go give the store back they motherfucking cigarettes, bitch. Go give Pepsi Cola they motherfucking cases of pop back, bitch. That's what you can snatch back, bitch. Okay? That's what the fuck you can snatch. Yo, stinking, sitting on the couch ass, looking at YouTube, ain't got shit else to do with her life ass bitch. You got me all the way fucked up. If you think that you gonna sit up here, bitch, you wanna call people old and shit, yet you sitting over there a whole motherfucking granny, bitch. You're a grandmother, bitch. You can't call nobody old, okay? Your closest friend that you have, bitch, is a whole decade younger than you raggedy ass bitch. Okay, and you got a whole grandchild, and you sitting up here, and you just sitting up here got a cosign. You following up behind a bitch that's a whole decade and plus some younger than you, bitch. Like, the fuck, and you think you want to talk to somebody else, and then you want to call people old that's in the 40s just like you are, bitch. You're in your 40s too, bitch. What are you talking about? You done hung around somebody so long that's in their 20s that what you think you that age too, bitch. You couldn't pass. Don't try it. Don't try it. You want to snatch something? Snatch that motherfucking face back, bitch. Y'all want to talk about what my face look like, bitch, but you could never. You wish. You wish the fuck you looked anything like me, bitch. You wish you was built like me, bitch. You just wish you could be motherfucking me, bitch. Ain't nobody even thinking about your raggedy ass, and you just want to sit up there and just say my name for what? And then do all of that like you was just so like something, bitch. You're nothing. In real motherfucking life, you're nothing. Like, bitch, you don't have shit. You ain't shit. You don't look like shit. Bitch, you already, half of your life is over, bitch, and you ain't accomplished shit with it. What have you done with the first 40 years of your life, bitch? Outside of smoke cigarettes and drink motherfucking Pepsi, bitch, you need to be over here doing a better you with Ask April, bitch. You need to be over here getting some motherfucking knowledge and trying to slim down the motherfucking big ass legs of yours, bitch. You need to come over here and try to get rid of some of that big ass gut that's sitting in your motherfucking lap, you raggedy ass bitch. That's what the fuck you need to be doing, bitch. Hoes always want to talk about me, but you just wish. You wish you could be me. Period, bitch. And you can save all that old ass shit that y'all be saying, bitch. That half of that shit ain't even motherfucking true. Save it, okay? Save it. If you come back at me with that old ass shit, I'ma dog you. Bye, Willie. Love y'all.